everybody, and welcome to another exciting evening of short stories and tall tales. I just messed it up. It's tall tales and short stories. DM fail. Welcome tonight as we continue our story. My name is Trevor. I am your game master storyteller guy for the night. And we're going to go around the room and do a quick introduction of our players again, and then we're going to jump into episode 5 of our game. Alright, so we're going to go around the room real quick, and we're going to start with Daniel, and Daniel is playing
Randor Splintershield.
Randor Splintershield, our dwarven barbarian. And next we're going to have Tanner, who's playing
Dane Ironfist.
Dane Ironfist, our dwarven fighter. So we have our dwarf brigade. And then moving around the table, we have Kyle, who is playing
Cade Teely.
I didn't do it. I normally call you Cade playing Kyle, so
I appreciate
I
it.
got
Thank
wins. He's playing our halfling paladin. And then we go around the table. We're going to see Lance, who is playing
Gulliver Gordon Willikers.
Gulliver Gordon Willikers, our wonderful halfling bard. And then Lauren is back this week, and she is playing
Layla Lovelight.
Layla Lovelight, who is a
rogue.
She's hiding. And then hiding over behind the laptop is things have happened. Is Chip, who is playing
Nottingham
Boondiggles, the lone gnome, and we'll kind of catch up to what's happened there. So before we jump into tonight, we want to do a quick shout out to our wonderful sponsor, Meeple Madness. It's a local gaming store up in Braselton, Georgia. They are a full tabletop store. This is an amazing place to go check out. They offer like a really friendly atmosphere. They'll teach you all types of cool games. And most importantly, since we like to play Dungeons & Dragons, they have a Wednesday night D&D game where you show up and you can start, I think it's around 6:30 or so. You don't need any experience at all. If you just want to say, hey, I want to go check it out. So Wednesday night, 6:30, Meeple Madness. If you're anywhere near Braselton, Georgia, you should absolutely check them out. They're awesome. And with that, I think we'll jump in. So tonight's game's going to be interesting. We, spoiler alert a little bit, we did have an offline game because something that happened in our last game, the party split. So we had to do one game with one half, which we did offline. And now tonight we're going to pick up, now that we have everybody, with catching up 2 of the people that were gone, and then everything will kind of come together. So it's going to be interesting to see what's happened in the last few weeks or so. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. So it's going to be an interesting night. So we're picking up the story right after we were in the Arn Wood, and they had just saved the town of Gravel Wood only before it was then razed by a bunch of orcs, and the town burned to the ground. They were able to save a lot of the villagers and retreat into the Elderberry Grove, and seek shelter. And it was at that time that they found out that one of the orcs survived the attack, and 4 of our parties said, hey, we're going to go track him down because we don't want him to find more friends and come back and kill more of our gnome buddies. 2 of our characters stayed behind. That was Cade and Layla. And as we pick up tonight, the 4 characters, which would be our dwarves, Randor, Dane, Gulliver, our bard, and the wizard Nottingham, they went looking for the orc. It is now morning. It's been about 6 hours, and they have yet to return. So that is where we're going to pick up our story, as 4 of our characters have just vanished. And we come back to the town of Gravelwood in the Arn Wood, and all of the gnomes are coming together to build shelter, to start picking up the pieces, and they're kind of figuring out who survived, who didn't, who's missing, and what do we do from there. And to start the night, we will introduce or reintroduce the new mayor of Gravelwood, since the previous mayor was beheaded by one of the orcs. I don't know why that's funny. It's terrible. That's a terrible thing. But now Ula Fabblestabble, the eldest of the Fabblestabble clan, who has always been mayor of the town, has taken over and is leading reconstruction efforts, as they've decided now to move the town to the Grove. It's safer. The terrain there it has some ridges and things, and since they're cultivating so many of their elderberries from the Grove, it just made sense. Hey, this is safer. So it puts the river between them and the road, and it also gives them a defensive position. So Ula is beginning the reconstruction efforts. He's already got the Knuckle Stamps, the clan of hunters, and the Pilwickens to work together to start bringing together all of the materials needed to start building some shelters. We also have the Fabble Sabbles are also getting more people together for food. So everyone's they're kind of going to the hunting gathering of trying to just put the town back together, take care of the children, and kind of get resettled. So it is morning, and she's already in full production mode of getting everything ready. Y'all wake up after camping the night and notice that your friends never came back. So that's where we start tonight. So with that, Cade, what are you doing?
Honestly, I'm probably diving in and helping still tend to the wounded and helping rebuild where I can.
Okay.
Anyone whom I can stabilize and just keep from dying.
Right.
That's what Kate is doing.
Now, the most important person that you're taking care of is the person that you saved on the battlefield, Ribbles Boondiggles.
Yes.
He was the one who was just absolutely just crushed by one of the orcs, was
Yes.
dying. You raced over in the middle of battle, slid by him, used your lay on hands ability. Your mighty deity Helm came and protected him from dying and healed him just enough. You remember hearing the bones kind of come back into place as his spine was actually snapped. So now he's functional, but he's still like having a hard time walking and moving, and just kind of amazed that he's alive, to be honest. He's just like, how am I alive? Because it wasn't until after that people were telling him what happened, because he was completely unconscious. So that's probably the first person that you're checking on.
Yeah.
So you go up, and all the Boondiggles are now in classic style. The Boondiggles are trying to figure out ways to help Ribbles. So they think, hey, you need some crutches, but we can really. Here's an opportunity to kind of reinvent the wheel on crutches.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Invent the leg.
I'm gonna go ahead and put a stop to that. No, just guys.
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay.
I've dealt with this particular type of injury a lot in my
Okay.
long life. Crutches are the best option. Nice and simple. I promise.
Okay.
Trust me.
Give me a persuasion check, because
Yeah.
they're really deep into schematics of what looks to be like a wheel of crutches.
Yep. Persuasion. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh.
That's an 11.
Your idea's dumb.
Yeah. They're like, no. So they're making like what looks to be like a wheelchair / crutches like automaton out of just stuff laying around. I mean, they're quite MacGyverish in a way of just pulling things together.
I'm gonna walk over to it and leaning on my quarterstaff pretty heavily, walk over to it and kind of inspect it and find that cornerstone
Yeah.
and just
Oh, you're gonna
Yeah.
try to
Yeah.
disable it? Okay.
yeah just take it out real quick.
Yeah. Okay. So give me a quick sleight of hand check to see if you can do this without them noticing you.
+2. Oh, which dice? There we go. That's another 11.
They didn't see you. They're so busy looking at the schematics, and Ribbles is invested at this point. Now, one thing that there are so many more pertinent things to be working on right now, like shelter.
Yeah, as
But-
soon as it comes apart,
Yeah,
and
it just starts
I'm still
crumbling.
leaning. Guys, see, how would you have felt
Okay.
if
And-
Ribbles was on that when it fell apart?
Right, and they're like, well, we don't have our. They kind of concede the point because
Yeah.
they don't have their shop set up. They have their shop set up, so they're like, so now we should start building the shop back. So now they're working on.
How about? So we're moving the town. I've heard that Ula is moving us into the Grove.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
How about we work on shelters there first?
Well, yes, yes, but we
you
can
guys
mass
are-
produce shelters if we had our shop.
Wow. How?
Huh? Invention! And they're all like trying to figure out ways to like mass produce like a lumber mill, to like we can make houses faster if we had all these things set up. Which There is an argument behind that if they actually had some tools.
There's totally an
Yeah.
argument behind that. I'm in the dirt in front of them. I'm gonna take and draw a graph. Oh yes. I'm gonna draw a graph, just an x-axis and a y-axis,
Okay.
and I'm gonna draw this nice curve onto it. No labeling.
Right.
No labeling. And come here.
Well, yes.
And I'm kind of leaning over it. I'm pointing at it. I'm like, all right, so you could mass produce, but how long will it take to do that? And I'm kind of pointing towards the high end of the graph. And now,
okay, so
now if we just start, like, if we dive in and start building shelters here, that's immediate results, right?
All right, hang on. All right.
The graph is complete bunk.
All right, so you know what they're very insightful and see your logic behind this. So at this point, Ribbles, who's sitting up now, he now says, you know what, you're right, let's split the clan. And we'll have half of the Boondiggles work on shelter and the other half work on the shop. Because we need our shop. It will help in the production
that is-
of everything.
I'm not gonna push my luck. I know that is the best. The best.
That
outcome
really is
that
the
I-
best outcome that you could get. I mean,
And I'm gonna go over and kind of pat him on the back and
Okay.
say, "That's a great idea."
right.
I will take the ones who are building, and we'll go start building now.
Okay.
Who are the most dangerous ones when it comes to inventing?
Huh?
Who are the most dangerous ones when it comes to inventing?
The Boondiggles?
Yeah.
Oh, Ribbles by far.
Okay.
I mean, he's the leader for a reason.
I'm gonna take Ribbles.
Well, he's the one kind of hobbling around. But yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna take Ribbles because I've been with them anyway, and I'm gonna take the other ones who are typically get really invested into the into the inventions. And all right, Ribbles and you. We're gonna go build, and I'm just walking.
Okay. All right. And they're fine with that. Now, Ribbles is more in the supervisory role.
That's perfectly
Okay.
fine.
It's partly the age and.
You guys are doing great.
All right. So while he is working with the Boondiggles, what is Layla doing?
Dude, what? I was hanging out with Brock and Pog with friends.
Oh, you've been hanging out. You picked
Yeah.
up the lingo. All right.
Like,
Dude, bro,
Bro.
can you
We
totally
lost it.
believe what happened?
What?
It's crazy.
It's like,
We've
whoa.
lost
I mean, like, how is this possible? Like, we were out here, like, chilling, and then they come in, like, oh, crazy stuff
It
is
was
happening.
like, wow. What?
It's like, bro.
I love all of this.
I'm sorry, Layla.
Layla has been hanging out with the Pillwickens way too much.
I mean, yes. Wow, this is a travesty. We should really fix this.
Yeah. So, Ula has wanted, the Pillwickens and the Knuckle Stamps have been kind of in charge of gathering supplies, and also, well, the Pillwickens are more for the supplies of kind of maybe going back to the town, seeing what they can salvage, where the Knuckle Stamps, they're more about gathering food. They're the hunters anyway.
Okay.
So that's been their job. So Pog and Brock, they're like, oh, we need to go back to the site, the scene of the crime, and see what we can find. I mean, come on, dude. You ready? Let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so
sure.
they're going to start heading off while you're still dealing with the Boondiggles, because this is a longer situation. All right, so a few minutes pass. You, Brock, and Pog head across over the river, the new bridge that was freshly made. And you guys get back to the original site of Gravelwood. The buildings are still smoldering. There's still bodies laying around. There are 4 orc bodies laying around, and a scattering of about 6 or 8 gnomes as well.
Okay.
But that's... So as y'all come in, what are you looking for?
Have the orc bodies been looted?
Huh?
Have the bodies been looted?
I don't know. Have they?
Like, can
Yes.
I roll for that?
We did.
They did? Okay.
So
Bert-
you go and
Bert
look.
said that.
You go look, and they have been looted.
Okay. Alright, cool.
So you can definitely tell that someone has gone through and taken any valuables.
Okay.
So
So,
give me an investigation check.
oh, okay.
Big
Just
money.
8.
No,
Okay.
plus 2
Huh? 5?
Okay.
Okay.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, looks like Gravelwood. Alex, you are in Gravelwood. There are 4 dead orcs. There are 8 dead gnomes, and there's some fires burning. Mead? Want some mead?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So, Pog and Brock, first thing they do is they go over to the Pillwickin house, and they're kind of going through looking for some stuff, and they're like, dude, this totally is, like, not right. Like, man, if only we'd have known. This is terrible.
If only they would have known.
If only we had known. Oh. We need to get out of the gnome town just so we can get away from the, if only there was a gnome depot around. We'd get I've been sitting on that one for a month, okay? So, all right. Be thankful I didn't put a gnome depot in town because I really thought about it. Right?
Oh man.
All right, so you guys are in Gravelwood. You're kind of investigating, kind of seeing what's up. Is there anything else that you want to do while you're in town?
Does anyone know alone?
Because right now y'all just all right, enough.
Okay, so could I? Let's see. So everything came, wrecked it. Right, wrecked everything. We came back. We were there. We came back, and so you guys are all gone.
They're all gone.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay, could I be looking around at the woods and stuff for clues? Like, do I know the whole backstory?
No.
Okay, I
You don't know
okay.
anything.
Okay, well, I'm angry.
Right, you're like, wait, where are my buddies?
Because first of all, I was just on vacation with my buddy here.
Right.
Okay, so I'm upset. So can I look around to get clues as to what happened?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so
cool.
that will be an investigation check.
Okay.
2.
All right. Let's see. 19.
All right, so you start looking around, and you pick up lots of things. One, you specifically remember fighting 5 orcs that were killed, and there's only 4 bodies.
Okay.
You do find where one of the bodies was, and you do see tracks of that orc getting up and walking off that you're pretty sure he was dead.
Right.
So that's one thing you notice. You also pick up a lot of tracks and things. What did you roll at 19? Okay. At that spot where you see like some like glittering fragments of something in the dirt, and you go and you pick it up, and it's like it's like a really hard like dust
Okay.
that you're picking up off of where that body was. It looks like it might be valuable.
Pocket sand.
Okay.
It's sparkly.
Okay. Do I know what it is?
Huh?
Do I know what it is?
Let's see. Let me think. What skill might that be? Just give me a general. Give me an Arcana check.
12.
12. You know, I'm gonna give it to you. You know it's a spell component, and you've been around enough to know it's diamond dust.
Okay.
It's like the dust of a diamond. She's looking for help. It's
I
just
don't know,
you.
I don't know. I know, but like Warren doesn't know. Layla might know. Warren does not know what that means. Okay.
Well, she's not. He's not there.
I'm
He's-
out.
Oh, you went. We passed like.
Right. Yeah. So it's just you, Brock, and Pog.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me yelling, "I'm sorry, I failed you," as y'all
Oh.
passed.
Okay.
But I've got boondiggles to corral, so I can't help.
Would Brock and Pog know?
Dude, I don't know, man. Let me. Whoa! Yeah, dude, that looks like diamond dust. Because I rolled a 20, and I should know that. But at some point, I've seen diamonds.
Well, where does diamond dust come from?
Diamonds.
And you ask that, and Brock is like, whoa. And Pog's like, from the ground.
You have destroyed them.
Right.
They're useless for the rest of the day.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab some of that for later.
Okay.
Nice people.
There's not a lot of it, and you haven't got to
Okay.
pick it out of the dirt, but
Okay.
you get like a little, like, tiny bit of it.
Okay. All right.
Diamond dust.
Yeah, it's a very, very little amount.
Okay, that's fine. But I am gonna hold on to it for
Imagine
later.
throwing that in someone's eyes.
Right.
That sounds terrible.
Okay,
Do
am I
it.
looking for survivors or?
There are no survivors.
Okay,
Well,
no.
the survivors that are here are in town. So these are all toast.
Okay. So there's a lot of bodies.
There's a lot of bodies, yeah.
Should we
And
run?
and Brock and Prague, they're somewhat disturbed about them, but they're more about getting their stuff. It's kind of weird. They're
Okay. Well, Am I in charge here? I'm in charge here. And so I think that we need to take care of these bodies.
And they're like, dude, bro, you're totally right. We should. So they go and they pull up. They find some shovels from the shop that are just kind of like laying around, and they start digging up. And they're like, yo, like any particular place or just like in the road?
Do you guys have a special place where you?
Oh, dude, we totally do. It's in the grove. But, oh man, there's a lot of these.
Yeah.
You want to drag all these across?
I do not know.
Can we just throw them in the creek?
I.
These are family and clan members.
Yeah. No.
They
When
would
you
just
die,
like,
what would you want?
burial at sea, just like
So
That
somewhere,
is technically a C to him.
somewhere in the grove, Cade gets a very, very sad feeling. No idea
a
why.
disturbance in the force, if you will. Right? Okay.
Sad feeling about
Right.
this.
So,
Listen, I played NetHack all week last week. Like, yeah.
No, maybe not. Like, let's not do that specifically.
Oh.
What in gnome culture? What?
well,
Do they burn bodies or
normally
burn
we
bodies?
bury them, but that's more like a knuckle stamp thing. But we can do it.
Let's do that, but let's burn the orcs.
Yeah, it's kind of cold.
Because
You're right. It's all right. So they're more intentional. They're like, oh, we get to burn stuff. Awesome. Why didn't you say so? So they start pulling the orcs together and have a little orc bonfire.
Okay.
So y'all spend an hour or so getting all that together, and most of your morning and mid-afternoon is spent gathering the 8 bodies, burying those, and when y'all get to the first burial, they're like, "What should we like say something or like?"
Sure.
All right.
You
Oh.
have at it.
And the person's like, "Oh, Vera, I didn't really know you that well, and but you sure could tug some meat. You remember that time she got wasted?" And they're like sharing these stories, and it's like, this is somewhat inappropriate. I don't know. It's not maybe the story I would share.
Carry on.
But if they're good memories, it's appropriate.
It's appropriate. So you just kind of let them go, and this goes on for a while. Like, this is taking much longer. So it gets close to dark before y'all finish. And, y'all worked right through lunch, and now you're like, man, I'm really hungry.
Well, maybe while they're doing that, can I go back and look for things that might,
Yeah.
work well in the grove that we should take to the grove?
Yeah,
or-
so they're going to work on that, and you can kind of be moving things back and forth. So you find some tools and things, and, one thing you also notice is there was a cart and a donkey here that would have been very helpful, but it's now gone. You also notice that ballista for the fox that they built, also gone.
Huh.
All of those things would have been very useful, especially the cart and bringing things back to the other, but all of that is now gone.
Oh, okay.
Now you do notice that there's wagon trails that are leading off the way that you and Gulliver came in. There's a road, and you notice that is leading out. So you do see the tracks in the snow of it leaving.
Okay. So, can I, on one of the little trips to the grove, tell Cade that?
Yeah, so you need to tell Cade everything. So now you're caught up. They've gotten half of one shelter built, but the mill is surprisingly coming together.
I want to be upset about that, but I'm not.
Yeah. The shop's like, wow, the progress over there, and it's about halfway through that you realize that the older boondiggles are coming to help you, and all the younger boondiggles are heading over there. So they're kind of
You young whippersnappers.
I look at the mill
stacking
and I
the
say,
deck.
I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
I really want to be upset about it.
Yeah,
But I can't.
They are. They're just very, very
Is-
ingenious. And
No,
what
Does
they're-
all right? Does the mill look? What's the right word? Safe.
oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's probably a lot of useless stuff in there that they could have done without, but
For the most part.
yeah.
Okay. So what you're saying is they gold plated it.
No, they spent most of the day working on a forge to make springs for the door.
so they have one. They have.
If I'd known that.
So they have half a shelter built.
Yes, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Cade, should we
There's not a roof, but yeah.
somehow help
I've been
Help them.
working.
Yeah,
I've
I
been
know.
working my butt off all day with this.
Should we get them to a good point, let them rest, and you and I rest as well, and then go find out about those trucks and find our friends?
It is.
They
Here's the
haven't-
thing. Your friends have not been gone a day.
Yeah.
So I mean, not
they
being
haven't
back by the
seen-
morning is
I've-
one thing, but now you're like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah,
And,
I've been really engrossed in like
Right.
And you know, I
herding chickens. I mean boondiggles.
don't really want to bring this up or anything, but his parents did kind of hire you to watch after this guy.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Forgot about that.
I mean, you're not hanging around with us because we like you or anything, because have to. So.
I mean, I was
I like you.
I was a
don't-
little
No, I
fond
mean,
of y'all.
no, you're not even here.
I was.
This is between us. I like you. Okay, you're just like really old and stuff, but like, I mean, okay, I'm.
I lean just a little
So-
bit heavier on my quarterstaff.
You want some meat?
Hey, rebels,
Yes.
why don't you all right, I'm gonna give you and the rest of the boondiggles here a choice.
Oh.
We can either go rest
Mm-hmm.
or we can wrap up the mill and get it pumping out for full-blown construction tomorrow. What do you say?
Well, honestly, I don't think there's anything we could possibly do to get my clan to stop from building this mill. I mean,
That's-
they're going to work on it day and night until it is done. It is the
That's-
Boondickle way.
That's kind of what I was expecting.
Right.
Y'all do me a favor, just put a cover over this.
Oh, of course. We
A
were
tarp
just getting to
or
that. We
some
just
leaves.
had to
Just
to
like-
finish the springs for the door, and then we'll get right to that.
priorities.
Right, of course.
Priorities.
Of course. We'll get right to it.
Roof, then springs.
Ooh, you drive a hard negotiation. Good luck on your persuasion check. Mine's pretty good.
Oh my god.
23.
Oh! You know what? You're right. There's a storm coming in, and I don't want everyone getting all sick.
And I'm gonna lean in real close to Ripples so the rest of the Boondiggles can't hear me and say, listen, priorities. Like
Yes,
we
right.
just
right.
discussed.
I understand. I totally understand what you're saying.
Keep everyone else focused for me, okay?
Right,
I'm
of
gonna-
course.
I'm gonna go find Nottingham and the rest of the crew here.
All right. So as you guys are starting to head out, the Humble Bumbles, the other clan, you notice that they've got like some of the barrels already set up. They're to remake the mead. Now food is scarce, but we have the mead.
Liquid bread.
Right. So that was important.
Liquid bread.
That's what they decided.
I won't argue with that at all.
Right.
Is
So
my cousin still there?
yes, he's helping with the construction efforts.
Mostly the mead.
That would be what he's working on.
Is there a
The lone dwarf.
is there a small cask that we can get to take with us?
Oh yes,
on
of
our way
course, of course.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right.
I'll grab a small cask
Right.
and backpack it.
Well, they do better than that. They put straps on it so it is the backpack. So you can just kind of have a...
It's fantastic.
Right.
Is there any more storage on this cask back?
Oh, no, why would you need it? Well, there's a
Exactly.
hook on the back for the cup. They've got, like, hooks on the back so you can put your cups on the back. So then you can get the cup.
All
Is
all
there
we
like
could
a
ever
hose
ask
coming
for.
out of it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you could
The
actually...
whole 9 yards.
It's coming out the bottom, so if you could actually just...
So
While you're
I
walking.
basically have the beer hat now.
No.
You have a camelback that's really more of
It's
a
a-
barrel.
It's a barrel
filled
bag.
with meat.
Right.
I'm okay with this.
Right, okay.
Now, can you carry that, or do you need me to handle it? I mean, 'cause I just-
You're throwing
that
daggers.
same
here.
that same move with
I
the
have
with the
daggers.
quarterstaff. I just
Did you
pop
look
her
top
real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. So with that, you grab some rations, not much, some rabbit, and a little bit of the. I say a little bit, a whole lot of mead, and y'all head back to town, the main town. Now it's coming in tonight. Are y'all doing this at night or in the morning?
How many rations would you say we got? A couple days worth.
I'd say 4 days worth.
Okay.
Do you want to travel at night?
I haven't seen that.
And I mean, it was your job. So.
Yeah. I
Just-
think that's just probably.
Might I?
Okay, I mean, I suppose I can protect us. You know, when we travel. So I've got it. It's like okay, we'll go night.
You've got it.
She has obviously been hanging out with Brock and Pog way too much. All right, so
I just kind of pat her on the head and apologize again. I'm sorry.
okay, so
Dude, it's totally fine.
all right, so y'all get back to the remnants of Gravelwood.
Are there
Yes.
any of those moss potions left?
No.
Nothing. Okay.
Should we before we go? Should we just grab some moss though? Good idea. I'm grabbing some moss.
Yeah. What
While
is
we're
it?
there?
What would it take to manufacture a potion out of some of that?
I mean, you know that moss is an ingredient. You know what
Yeah.
the rest is. So I mean,
Okay.
y'all could scrape some moss off the rocks when you cross the river.
Before we go, I'm gonna go find. I think it was
Mhm.
Mrs. Boondiggle.
That's a good guess. Yes.
And I just want to ask her. I
don't
can't
know where I
remember her
wrote
name.
that
I'm
down.
sorry.
I've also lost it. I don't remember where I wrote that down.
Help me out, buddy.
Mom Boondoggle.
What's your mom's name? I wrote it down somewhere. I'm also missing it.
Help me out,
DM
buddy.
fail.
Hey, if the DM
Oda.
doesn't have it, I'm off the hook.
Oda.
Huh?
Oda.
Oda.
Oda. Yes.
I'm gonna
Oda
go-
Boondiggle.
I'm gonna go find
Oda
Oda
my
and
way.
ask her if she'll just give me a real quick rundown on how to.
Oh yes,
turn
yes, yes,
some
of course.
that moss.
So she writes this stuff down and says, "Well, listen, I'll give this to you, but can you keep it to yourself, okay? And also, if you see Nottingham, will you tell him he's late? He should be home by now. Sure. I know he's probably out with Gulliver, but still, here.
We'll do.
Okay,
We'll do.
here you go. So she hands you a formula for some type of concoction.
Moss potion. Is
Right.
it something that is easily doable?
Most of it, you look at there, you're like, okay, I understand most of this. The moss being probably the hardest part to find. So
Okay.
you might want to pick some. Yeah.
Easy enough.
Okay.
Moss potion. Alright, I've got. Alright, let's go.
All right.
Okay. Are you
Keep
gonna try to pick up some moss from the?
Yeah, on
All right, give me a quick nature check. I'll with advantage. Whoever's the highest, since y'all are together, y'all can work on trying to scrape some moss off the.
Nature's gonna be a +1 for me.
+1 for me.
Yeah.
All right,
Whoever gets
So
it.
do we both roll or just?
just him.
Okay.
13.
13. All right. You're able to get some off. The problem you're having is that it seems to be somewhat fragile as you're pulling it off the rock. So you're able to get a small handful off, and you're spending some time on it. But it seems like every time you try to get a little bit off, it just like falls apart.
Okay.
So you get like a little piece of it. Now it takes you a good 45 minutes to an hour just to get that much.
Okay.
So do you want to try for some more, or is that enough?
According to this recipe, is that enough for at least one?
Yeah, one, maybe two, just depends.
While he's doing that, can I?
We all are kind of working on this together.
Okay.
Okay. Hence the advantage.
Yeah.
It was a team effort.
oh.
Oh, that's
Doing
how
this.
that works.
I'm doing this too.
Well, we'll just package that up and move along.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. All right. So y'all get back to town. It's the middle of the night. As you get close to town, like you smell it at the river. You went. There's like a barbecue or something going on. It smells horrible. And as you get closer, the smell of burned orc is just awful. I mean, it is awful.
I may
Is-
have told them to burn some bodies.
Burning orc, I think, is a different aroma than barbecued orc.
Oh well, I.
It smells terrible. Also,
But how does it?
Brock and Pog are completely smashed and like dancing around the fire and everything, like burning
Like
orc,
Lost Boys.
burning man.
I,
Burning bro.
yeah, I'm not even touching that. Let's
Carry on.
let's just follow these tracks out.
Yeah, and quietly we.
Yeah.
You want to stealth past them to not like? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, let's roll some stealth. Y'all want to get past because that could be a whole delay.
That's
23.
It's gonna be a 6 for me.
23.
All right, so you're in the woods looking around and you hear clank because you got your chainmail on,
And
right?
he's got a giant thing on his back.
Yeah, I think it is.
Slosh
Yeah.
clank, slosh clank.
Like, do you want me to carry that? I mean, I'm just. not.
You know what's
nothing.
hilarious?
Good.
They're so smashed, they don't even care.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's okay. But anyways, I mean, they see you, but they're just like, oh, who cares?
I wasn't exactly
They don't see
sneaky.
her. Had they seen her, they'd be like, oh, Layla. They're like, oh, okay, whatever. So they're just having a good old time partying. So y'all head off into the woods. How far into the night do y'all want to go? Because this trail of you're following these tracks
Trail of Tears.
enough.
I'm gonna.
You get basically to the edge of the forest, and it's like
Not
3
yet.
in the morning.
Not yet.
So do you want to start going back across the plains?
Edge
Because
of
you're
the
heading
forest.
south. You're heading south towards the Nether Mountains, which is where y'all came from.
Edge of the forest. Do the tracks continue into the forest?
No, you're at the edge of where they continue out across the
Out
plains.
across the plains. I think just here inside the tree line is going to be a better place to make camp.
All right, sounds good. Sounds
Okay.
good.
So y'all just gonna both knock it out, or you're gonna take turns?
I'll
Take
I'll
turns.
take first watch.
Okay.
I heard you better do this.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You go through the night without a problem. All right, Layla, give me a perception check as you
Okay.
get up. It's already morning at this
12.
point. Yeah. So you're up. He's sleeping away. You just don't feel like you got enough sleep. Give me a Constitution check.
2.
Okay. So.
Wait, I rolled a 1, so I can reroll.
Yes.
Oh.
Halfling luck.
Yes.
That is the best.
Okay, 11.
Okay. You fight off sleep something bad because you're just bored. And about halfway through the watch, it's like the sun's coming up and everything. And in the far distance, you see a bunch of like birds in the distance, and it kind of keeps you awake by just like, I'm going to count the birds and watch the birds so I don't fall asleep waiting on this guy to wake up. And in the distance, give me an investigation check. No, take it back. Insight. Give me an insight check.
Let's see. 25?
25. Okay. So in the distance, you notice that this is pretty far, but you notice that they're circling. So they're like, you kind of put together something's
Right.
dead
Right.
over the hill. Okay. So with that,
Can I kick him and wake
yeah,
him
yeah,
up?
kick him, wake him up.
I'm gonna this morning. I'm gonna have detect magic prepared.
Okay. Speak up. Can't hear you.
Sorry.
If I can't hear you,
Sorry.
no one can hear you.
What'd you say, old man?
She comes to wake me up and I'm already in prayer preparing spells.
Okay. As you're in prayer, like you have this really like this divine heavy feeling of loss and you're just really disturbed. Like, I mean, you serve Helm, who's the god of protection, and you feel like this urge that your friends need to be protected, and you're not there.
Good to know. I'm gonna today I will have prepared cure wounds,
Okay.
detect magic,
Okay.
searing smite,
Okay.
and what was my other one? Sorry, heroism.
Okay. All right. So what y'all gonna do? You're gonna start heading towards the birds.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him about the birds. There's birds
Okay.
circling
Uh,
dead things.
Yeah, I'll
So who's going first?
I'll
Between-
take-
are y'all just kind of side by side, or is there one person ahead?
I'll take both mugs out, pour us each a mug.
Liquid breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So y'all head over. Y'all get over the hill. You follow the tracks of the horses and stuff. Give me a survival check. I'll give you advantage since y'all are following us together.
Woo. Survival is gonna be 20.
Okay. Good.
Natural 20
All right,
plus
so
1.
you follow this, and you notice, as you notice in the tracks, that it stopped, and you notice that the 2 sets of footprints follow out, and they're small footprints, so they're not the dwarf,
Gnome-sized?
like gnome halfling sized footprints. They kind of go up to the top of this hill, while you can see the cart stopped and it bared down. It was here for a minute as these 2 went up to the top of the hill. And then you also see like the prints of the donkey then like pressing down, and you can kind of tell that quickly It was made to move up the hill. As you are following this, you get to the top of the hill and you see the remnants of the ballista.
The remnants of the
The
ballista.
yeah, it's like busted in half. So what do y'all want to do?
Can I?
Also, you do smell like a rotting smell. You look over and covered a little bit in the snow, you can easily see a half-eaten orc that's been dead there for a while. And I mean half-eaten, like the carrion birds have eaten some of the orc.
Yeah.
But that's what the birds have been circling about and eating. And there's not a lot left of it. It looks pretty gnarly.
Is there any identifying features? Is this one of the orcs that attacked the town?
I would need an investigation check. Now, who would be the better investigator?
I think me, right? No, maybe.
+1.
+3.
Okay, so why don't you do it with advantage, since y'all are kind of doing all this together.
They were both 16. Okay.
There you go.
So,
It's 19.
19.
Yeah. So you easily, yes, this was one of the raiding party.
Okay.
You quickly surmised this is the one that got up. He made it this far and then died again. And as you're looking at him, you quickly deduce that he was killed by one of the ballista bolts
Oh yeah.
that he's
Yeah.
got impaled with. And you don't really have to put this together because it's sticking like a
Right.
flag out of the ground. But you're like, I deduce. It's not really a CSI moment.
Yeah.
It was pretty. When she says that, you're like, really?
Yes.
So he's been here for a while. You also, just by looking at the body, he's been here probably 3-4 weeks.
Okay.
3 or 4 weeks?
No, I take it back. No,
'Cause
forget I said that.
Yeah.
He's been here about
A day.
a day.
Yeah.
A day.
Birds
Sorry.
in.
Time is relative.
Yeah, I got. Sorry. A
How
day.
strong was that mead?
No, you're like, whoa, it's been here. No, it's a day. It's fresh. But those birds get on it pretty quick.
Okay. All right.
Um,
I'm sorry, I was confused.
It's a day.
One day, not.
One day.
Still early.
Didn't get a whole lot of sleep.
That
Yeah.
was the old man.
Right. My bad.
So,
all right. So,
the ballista's destroyed here.
right.
Mhm.
Do
These-
tracks continue on?
Yeah,
like
there's
through-
the tracks continue on. As you're investigating the scene of the crime, you see there was a battle fought here. There's a campsite. You see some bigger footprints. You also see like giant hoof prints, like dancing around the battlefield, like giant hoof.
Like about the size of the not centaur, minotaur.
Yeah,
Not
or centaur. It's like a horse, something, but it definitely.
I
yeah.
can't remember. Hang on. What was his name?
Oh no, not a centaur, because this was on 2 feet. You can tell that.
This is 2 feet.
Yeah,
Okay. Because there was a centaur that we.
there was a centaur earlier, right?
Okay.
No, that's something else. You also see where looks like there was a lot of blood stains in the snow and in the ground, and you also can kind of tell by looking at the scene that the only tracks that after here is hoof prints, and the. Sorry, we're having a tech change. Thank you. The only prints that remain from here that go anywhere are the tracks from the cart and hoof prints from the donkey and 2 other sets of hoof prints. There are no other tracks.
Don't forget the half snowman.
I don't.
The snowman.
There's,
Y'all are not even here.
that's an important detail that should be there.
It's not even there.
Oh.
So.
Is there a lump on the ground? Of it melted? Okay.
So we pretty easy to surmise up until this point. We've been following our friends' footprints.
Right. And their
And then-
footprints end here.
Something has taken them.
I don't have a clue. Can I roll for investigation for
Yes.
maybe some
Ye-
more?
Yes.
info? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Let's see.
At advantage, I would definitely be helping her with
All right.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, that was that one. Okay. Jeez. Okay, so I'll go with that. 16.
Yeah. By looking at it, you find some strands of rope, like some tiny strands of rope in the ground,
Okay.
and it looks like they had. Looks like they tied something up. Like you can see, like this hemp rope breaks apart kind of easy, but it's thick. And you find pieces of that are strung around a little bit. It was really good eye that you figured that out, but
I found it, but I have no idea what it means.
No, you do. You
Oh,
just like,
I know what it means.
yeah, right. Yeah.
What does
So,
it mean?
so
You put it together.
something was tied up.
She's quite inquisitive.
Yeah, something was tied up. Something.
Y'all put this together pretty
Yeah.
quick. Your friends didn't make it out of this
Yeah.
fight.
But where are the bodies then? If they didn't
On the cart.
make it?
Let's
Where's
move.
the cart? Okay, let's go.
Okay, so
We're
y'all follow
going.
the cart. You follow it for the entire day. It's easy to follow. You go through the first day. We're gonna fast forward a little bit. Second day, third day. You're starting to run out of rations at this point.
I've still
But
got rations.
huh?
I've still got
How many
rations.
rations do you have?
14. So after 3 days, 11.
Okay, all right. So y'all go for
Or-
another about 6-7 days, following this across the plains, so you get to the foothills of the mountains. We're just fast forwarding for time. So y'all spend a total of about 8 days getting to the mountain range.
The Nether Mountains.
The
correct?
Nether Mountains, right? And you know this area because you came through this area before on the way up here, and you know that in the past there's been some work problems throughout the mountains. It's been quieter of recent days, but now you're getting into the foothills of the mountains, so you can continue searching. What do y'all want to do at this
Do
point?
the tracks continue?
They do
this way?
continue.
Well, then we continue.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So for
I'm
the sake of
pressing
time,
on.
we're
In
gonna
this
press
seat.
forward. Give me 1 second. I want to roll something really quick.
Okay.
So you said 8 days. I had 14 rations. Did you have any rations on you?
No, I'm watching my figure.
Okay.
So
So we're-
It is on the
we're out of
10th day
rations.
that you're in the foothills of the mountains. Everything's just kind of fast forwarding. That the ground like shakes, and then you look up at the mountains and like there's like some small rocks and stuff that are filling up. Like something has shaken the mountain range, pretty bad. So what do you want to do?
I had 5 rations, by the way.
Okay.
Can I investigate harder?
Something has shaken the mountains.
Mhm.
I'm from this area. What would shake a mountain range like that other than an earthquake?
That you wouldn't. Give me a history check.
Yeah, I can do that. History is going to be +1. Halfling luck.
Ah.
Yeah.
10.
Oh.
Better than 1.
So there have been known to have giants in these mountains in the past. You have heard stories about that. Never seen them or know anyone who's seen them, but you know you've been in taverns and heard bars talk about giants being here.
Any specifics on which type of giant?
Hill giants, stone giants,
Okay.
and that maybe frost giants even.
Okay.
So you know that's possible. As y'all are kind of looking around and doing that, both y'all give me a perception check.
16.
6.
All right, so while you're sitting there thinking, there could be giants, I don't know. At that point, as he's looking around, you're spotting around, and out of the corner of your eye through a cloud, you see a wing dip between the cloud and then pop back up.
Okay, there's a dragon probably.
Yeah, it's giant. It's a giant. And you see this giant white wing come down and then flip back up through the clouds.
Are there trees or anything that like?
Yeah, you're in the foothills. I mean,
Okay,
you can find some outcroppings. There's some trees, they're sparse, but yeah, y'all could definitely find.
Okay, so cover.
All right,
Yeah.
both give me stealth checks.
Natural 20.
19.
If only. If only.
And my stealth
No!
is 2. So,
Huh?
22.
Huh?
22.
What was yours?
19.
Total?
Yes.
Roll again.
Okay.
Don't roll the black
Was
die.
that
Don't
with
roll the
advantage
black
for your
die.
cape?
No.
That's right.
Okay, so what were we rolling for?
Roll
Stealth.
again.
Stealth.
So okay, so I
You should
rolled
have a
11.
billion
Okay.
in stealth.
Okay, I had natural 20, so 28.
Okay, good.
You're good.
So y'all both go and hide, and the number to beat was 19.
Oh.
As a giant dragon flies overhead, it's massive. It's absolutely massive.
Okay.
You see it just like fly over, and the wind shear off the wings is causing like the mountains to like. There's so much wind off the wings, so it comes down low, and you can tell by watching it. It is on the hunt. It is searching, and it's it's kind of going back around. Now, here's the thing: if you continue to follow, you're heading in the direction the dragon is flying.
Well, if we could just stay behind him like a little bit.
Gonna go out on a limb here. I'm a halfling.
Me
I'm
too.
gonna
buddy.
say my legs. That's probably not an option. Like that's just what's gonna happen.
Okay.
So, sometimes they don't think it be like it do, but it is.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll just be stealthy.
Well, you don't only have to. It's going the other way.
Wait, you said going the same way we're
How
going.
fast is it moving? Is it? It's hauling. Okay.
It's large.
And in charge.
Yeah.
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 But we
Yeah,
have a
we're-
mission, so we gotta keep.
Oh no. There's no question. Like we're
Okay.
still moving that way.
I mean, what are we gonna
Okay.
do? Just go home, like?
Right. We're like crazy. No. All right.
I mean, ignorance is bliss, and they seem really happy.
Right. Oh, I'm going to take that one. That's a great one. All right, so you guys continue on. Now, we're going to slow down for just a second. So we're in the 10th day at this point. Y'all are in the foothills of the mountain. You're not to the mountains yet. And throughout the day, you keep seeing that dragon circling back and around. Like,
How
on a
often?
mission. Every, I would say every 45 minutes to an hour, you see him. It's like he's on a pretty specific flight pattern.
Would I know? Would Cade know anything about dragons to be like?
I mean, you know, you had a book about that at one point. I don't know what happened to that.
Who had that book?
That one of those
Oh, that's
dwarves.
right.
One
Our
of the-
barbarian.
I thought it'd be really good to read that one time.
Librarian, barbarian.
The librarian barbarian is definitely a character that I need to make a note. I am making a librarian barbarian. Be quiet or I'll rage! You know, all right, so
Who did I give that book to?
right, I know who you gave it to.
You did give it to someone.
So all right, so we're in the 10th day.
Yeah.
You all keep seeing the dragonfly. What do y'all want to do? Y'all want to continue following?
Just
Yeah.
offhand, because Cade is older. What would he know
Give me a nature check.
about specifically about this particular behavior from a dragon?
I'll give you a nature check.
Speak up, old man. Like a lot more.
Sorry.
Sound off like you got a pair.
Nature is. That's a 9.
No, I'll give it to you. You want to do a nature check?
But nature
You
check-
might have heard something about dragons. You've been hanging out with Gulliver. He talks a lot,
He does talk a lot.
incessantly.
19.
19, yeah. You know, he's the old man. He should know things, and you're like,
Hey, old man.
so. It's like he's on an ordered patrol. And one thing you do know, because you're just hanging out in town.
I'm worldly and stuff.
Yeah, you are worldly. Is that white dragons can sometimes be tamed by mightier beings. It's one of the
Mightier than that.
few dragons that can be tamed.
What he said.
That doesn't bode well.
No, it
At
does
all.
not.
I assume the cask at this point is probably getting close to empty.
Half.
I think we should drink more.
No, I mean, yeah, it just depends. I don't know how much you letting her slurp. The mead.
That felt
Rewind.
Really weird.
We're gonna edit that. We're gonna edit that.
that won't be in the YouTube video.
We're gonna edit that one out. All right, or not.
Might-
We'll just leave it there because it's funny. All right, so
I'm gonna go ahead and dump the cat. We're still in the trees, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna dump the cask off. I'm gonna pour us one more each, and the cask is staying here.
okay.
Oh.
I
Can I have like 2?
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
You do you, but
Stop.
I don't want to be carrying this with
That's
that
fair.
overhead.
No.
Is it combustible? Is that?
It is.
don't think
It,
that's
it
really
makes me a bigger target than I want to be.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So y'all take the little bit left, and you sit there and kind of probably almost polish it off if you want to. And then you start heading out. Now, at this point, you get to the main road that kind of goes through these mountains. Now, when I say main road, this isn't a road you would normally take.
Point of order. At some point over these days, I would have tried to make as many of those moss potions.
Not without an alchemy kit.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
okay. Never mind.
Sorry.
So I have a collection.
And you also have a whole laundry list of other things you have to collect that are pretty
okay.
normal to get, easy to get in an alchemist shop. But you need an alchemy set.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Nice try.
Well, there was a certain depot.
Right. There's no known depot around. All right. So now we
Pretty
continue
known.
to fast forward. Y'all go forth another 5 days, and this is getting kind of winding as you're making your way up to the mountain at this point. So you're 15 days in, and at this point you're starting to see some things that kind of bother you as you get closer, and that is you're seeing a lot of larger footprints, like humanoid larger footprints, moving up and about. Y'all spotted them. They're pretty easy. When I say a lot, it's impossible to count. More than 100.
Do they look? Are they barefoot? Are they booted?
Booted.
Okay. Can I investigate harder?
Yes, you can investigate harder.
Investigating intensifies.
It's 13.
13.
They're size 13.
There are giant wolf tracks, as well as varying sizes of boots. You can see that they're marching almost in like a battalion style. And there's probably a little over 100 or so that are marching through these mountains. And they seem to be about a day and a half ahead of you.
Okay.
Keep it that way.
Do you have any history on what this could be?
I mean, yeah, I've been a soldier.
Yeah,
like,
this is something
is-
that y'all look for, and you're concerned now.
Are we near?
They're about a day and a half ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Is there giant wolves? Is there any wildlife around? Anything like that? Or is it like
There shouldn't be wolves around here. I mean, not that you look at those and y'all just saw they're like warg prints.
no?
Are there other?
Is there still wildlife around, or have they been like raising the land?
Yeah,
as
you
they
can
go
tell
through?
there's nothing to eat.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they've been. It's
Yeah.
a warpath.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you want to try and catch them?
No, I just want to keep going. I don't want to like catch up with them, but we can like
I mean,
stay behind.
yeah.
stay
I-
behind.
All right.
I want to try and catch up to them.
Huh?
I want to try and catch
Okay.
up to them.
There are over 100 of these with wargs. So you're I'm going to help
no, no,
Cade
no.
out, but
No, no, no,
Kyle
not-
doesn't know.
Not fighting. I just want to see what.
You're
Okay.
not as stealthy as
That
I
is
am.
very true. It's a
Also-
good thing I brought along a rogue.
Right. Okay. All right.
If DM gives you a hint,
Yeah.
just giving you an idea. If DM gives
I'm
you
just
a
I'm
hint,
trying to help you because here's the thing. Cade's military background would know that it's going to be very hard to get close to them if they have wargs because of their sense of smell.
That's fair.
Now Cade would know that, so I'm helping you because that would be your
That's
military
fair.
training. So,
So-
unless you can get up on a ridge and see them from a distance,
Yeah, that's
but
kind of what I had.
that's
in
not
mind.
really what you're going to find around here because they're marching up a mountain.
Okay.
Not if we do it first.
also dragon.
Are we still following tracks?
Now you're having a hard time following the tracks because now they're kind of getting muddied in with
Yeah.
the troops.
That's kind of what I figured.
Now there's two towns close to here. There's Sundabar, which is where y'all came from.
Right.
That's about 3 weeks to the east.
Okay.
About a week behind you is the city of Everest.
About a week behind us. Did we pass that on the way
No,
here?
it
or
would be
that
like
is-
towards the.
Okay.
It's a different direction.
That would have been a detour.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a detour.
Um,
So that's the closest town. It is a human town. There are some dwarves there. You also know that there's sometimes battalions of Silver Knights there. It's one of the stops y'all make. So Sundabar would be where you could find a lot of help. You could find some help in Everest. So, or you can continue on and find your friends with the 150 some odd orcs.
Were their bodies or
Get- Given that this is a warpath,
Okay.
I think
Dude, it's like you're Aragorn and you're Legolas and you're like running across. Like,
Cinnabar is where we would find Silver Knights, correct?
both.
Both.
Now, there would be some in Everest. There would be a lot in Sundabar. But it's far. And it's a solid 3 weeks. So,
Yes, you do.
Everest would be closer.
But there would be less help there.
Yes.
That's what you said.
Yeah, a troop of Silver Knights is still better than.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I defer to your judgment, old man. So.
I've been a Silver Knight for a long time. I think
How many rations are y'all down to? Because
They
you're
have
not
5.
going to
I had
find...
14. She had 5.
So you're down to 4. So it's going to be hard. You're going to be hard pressed to even make it to Everest because you're not finding anything to eat right now. It's like a lot of things came through and ate everything.
Yeah. I will.
Well, you could skip days between rations.
Yeah, you can skip
don't
some
have to
days.
Eat every day.
Right.
And we're a week
Hold on.
from.
Yeah.
Everest.
Maybe shorter. Just depends. So all right. So for the sake of time, what do y'all want to do? Head to Everest or continue with the orcs or head to Cindabar?
I'm going to swap out one of my spells. I'm going to actually swap out
Okay.
heroism right now
All right.
for purify food and drink, and literally anything partially edible whenever we
There
find
you go.
it.
Okay, that'll work.
That'll get
Yeah.
us. That'll
Okay.
get us there.
Well, thank you.
There you go.
Where
All
is
right.
there?
You can go.
Yeah,
Uh,
which where are we going to there?
You can go for a number of days equal to 3 plus your Constitution modifier without eating.
Oh,
Until you start
well.
suffering exhaustion.
Okay.
So do you want to switch that spell out then, after all? Because, I mean, so you said a week to Everest, and like
And
3
3
weeks,
weeks.
to... Okay, so
How far can you travel on that?
a minute?
3 plus your con mod. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I
A minute.
I-
4
I
days
could-
of
I'd go
rations?
I'd go 5 days without eating.
30 minutes. 40.
Oh, so, okay.
Tops.
It was Constitution, I have +1, so...
You can go 4 days without
Yes.
eating. So we can go we can travel 4 days without eating on, and then I've got purify food and drink.
I think Everest would be the better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
I
3
trust-
weeks is just, that's stretching it.
yeah. We've got to get something done sooner rather than later, and I kind of want to double time towards Everest.
Okay.
Okay.
See if we can cut at least a day off of that.
Okay. All right, so we're going to fast forward for sake of time. You guys make your way to Everest. It is a hard journey with weather issues. Y'all run into an abnormal winter storm for this time of year. And instead of it taking you 6 days, like it's your 7 days, it actually will take you, 14 days.
We've got the resources to make it.
Yeah, so y'all basically barely make it into Everest on your last rations.
Yeah.
So it just was a hard journey.
Is this abnormal winter storm in any way akin to the abnormal winter storm?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would be a lot like that.
Except bigger and angrier, correct?
Yeah, it's a big angry winter storm.
Yes.
Just terrible.
Yes.
Okay, so now that we're here...
So,
Alright,
all right, so
I'm-
y'all
I'm
reach
heading-
Everest. Now, Everest it's giant walled city. I wouldn't say giant. Sundabar is way bigger, but it's between Gravelwood and Sundabar. So this would be a small town. It is walled. The walls are basically built into the side of a small hill, like it's not a mountain, but a small hill.
Yeah.
So it's very defensible. There is a small river that runs just outside of it. So there are some trade that comes through the small river. And it's mainly comprised of human traders, but you will find a mix of all types here. So I would probably say mostly human, some dwarf, and then you'll see a mix of gnomes and halflings as well. That's usually what you have been through Everest once before last summer, briefly. While you were here, you do remember a quaint little place that you stayed at, and named the Half Full Flagon. That was the name of the inn that you stayed at. That's really all you really remember too much about it.
Do I remember the name of the bartender there?
I will give that to you.
Or the heap? The innkeeper?
Give me a history check. Let me see if you remember.
Her name's Stacy.
I'll give it to you.
That's not good.
What?
That's an 8.
You don't remember the name, but you do remember it was one of the only elves that you saw in town.
Male or female?
Male. It was some male elf. The name just you can't remember it. You do remember him, and the only reason you remember him is because it was like, oh wow, that's an elf. That's
Full elf.
full elf. But that's all that you remember. It was like, wow, that's odd, but that's all you remember.
Okay. For the moment, I'm still keeping my Silver Knight shield and
Okay.
Warhammer under my cloak. Let's head
Alright.
to this.
Okay.
To this.
So you make
this
yourself
inn.
in town. The whole town is just being pelted by the storm that's kind of been on and off, mainly on. And it's spring. It should be hot. It should be, blooming,
warm.
and it's snowing like crazy. So you get in town. The gates are open as traders are coming in and out. The city is hustling and bustling. And, there's a lot of street vendors out there that are cooking. There's a lot of smells of meat. And as soon as you come in town, that is just noxious. You're like, oh, I've got to have that. It's like, wow, food. But you remember, not that far into town is the Half Full Flagon.
Is there like a town guard or?
Yeah, there's a couple of guards. I mean, as soon as you walk into town, they've got guards.
Okay.
Unlike Gravelwood, this place is actually protected.
Yeah.
So yeah,
As it
there's
turns out.
several guards walking around, in like studded leather,
Okay.
sword, spears.
But like a town guard,
Yeah.
town militia,
Yeah.
not like a
Actual
organized-
militia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Listen, Layla. There's an inn just up the street here. That's gonna be a good place for us to stay. But I think the first thing we need to do is, I feel like we need to talk to the guard captain.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So first guard that I see, I'm gonna flag him down. Who do I see?
All right, so
What do
you,
I see?
you see a tall human as soon as you walk in. He's leaning on his spear next to a wall. He's supposed to be like watching, but he kind of he's just kind of like leaning as you're walking in. And he looks down and he goes, "Hail, little one, well met." And he's kind of looking you over.
I'll respond. Well met. I'm Cade Tealeaf of the Silver Knights. I need to speak to the guard captain just as quickly as possible.
He goes, "Oh, Silver Knights! Haven't seen your folk around as much lately." Yes, absolutely.
When was the last time you've seen?
Ooh, guess it's been at least a couple of months.
And they were on their way out of town.
Oh, I don't remember. I just know I haven't. You guys stand out. I just haven't seen them in a while. But yeah, Bashir is the one you need to speak to. If you go just past, let's see. There's the Fox Armory, and as soon as you do that, you hang a left. No wait. Yes, hang a left, and then there's a guard tower. You should find him there. He should be there.
Bashir, Bashir.
Yes, Bashir. You should see him there, just past Fox Armory. You can't miss it.
Thank you. Does he look young?
Nah,
Okay. Kind of.
it's really hard to tell.
Okay. I'd say thank you and
He goes, "Oh, yeah, welcome, good sir."
and
And he gets back to leaning.
yeah. I'm kind of want to yell at him, but I'm not going to.
Right.
We head off.
Alright.
Street vendors, like food on the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Is there,
you
is
can.
there like a ye old McDonald's or
There's
something?
yeah. There's
Big goth.
no, but you can. They do fry up a nice goat here that you're just passing by. You see
Hold on.
they've got like a goat leg.
Don't go to the counter or anything. Can I just see if I can just take some?
Uh-huh.
Can I just?
Yeah, if you want to try to slide a hand some, yeah.
'Cause we don't have much gold.
She says as I hold up a bag of gold.
All right, so while you're talking to the guard, he's talking garbage. You're like, all right, you get it.
Wow.
So you come back. You're talking. You turn around and she's like, "Did you get 2?"
Yeah.
All right. So you're like, "Here."
Thank you.
So here's the thing. You have no idea how
Yeah.
she got this.
Yeah,
She
no.
just came up, was very nice after a long journey and said, "Here's a goat leg."
Yeah.
How friendly.
I
You're welcome.
thank you. I'm too busy eating to say thank you.
Right. Okay. All right. So at this point, you make yourself through town. There's a lot of hustle and bustle, a lot of things going on. I mean, people walking back and forth. I mean, it's such a different feel than the time that you spent in Gravelwood, where it's like, and everyone's huge. You know,
Yeah.
you see a few halflings and gnomes, but you're like almost like, oh, back to reality where there's these big folk around. You know, you almost kind of miss the quaint Gravelwood. So you walk through the town. You have to almost like get out of the way of some horses that are like trotting through town and stuff like that, because little folk, they have the biggest people get the right of way. Short folk problems. So as you move through the town, in the distance you see the half full flagon, you see the sign, and then just past that you do see the Fox Armory that he talked about, which is funny. The sign is it is a fox holding a shield, which you kind of find is kind of funny. You don't remember that, but now that you see it, like, can't forget that one.
That's,
Something about foxes in this area. I don't know. Maybe that's not.
Is this the fox they were trying to...
Right. Now we understand. He's armored.
that's why they never got it.
Right. And then from there, you take your turn and you find the guard house. It's pretty easy to spot. There's several guards sitting around. You know, you see a couple of them throwing dice and stuff. No one's really, doing anything. They're just kind of hanging out,
Is there
staying warm next to a fire.
Is there a captain?
Yeah. You walk up and you do see, someone who's
Sure.
wearing. You notice the military guard looks a little different, and you see what appears to be the leader of the pack.
Okay. I'll head on in and look around and address Captain Bashir, I assume.
Oh yes, so well met.
Well met. I'm Cade Tealeaf of the Silver
The Silver Knights! Oh, welcome! Did you bring your detachment? You're long overdue.
No, it's I'm sorry, my friend. It's just myself and my
Oh,
rogue
well, do you have a
friend here.
message for me then? Are you?
No, I've been off on a different job. How long has it been?
It's been several months at least. So we were expecting someone the first of spring, but it's okay. And this crazy weather and everything. It should be here anytime, right?
Okay.
Right? It be any time?
I'm not sure, Captain.
Oh.
I have some troubling news.
Oh, well, what is that?
And it's regarding the weather.
Oh, yes.
We fear there's a white dragon in the area.
What makes you say that?
It's been chasing us.
And you brought it here?
No,
I
it
mean,
hasn't been chasing us.
Wait, chasing you. You said chasing you, and now you're here.
That's fair. We've been hiding from it because it's been overhead. There's a white dragon. About how far was it? How far would it
Oh, it
be?
took us
About a
4
week's travel from here.
He was in the mountains, so
Yeah.
it should be a week behind you.
Okay. About a week's travel from here back towards the Nether Mountains.
Mm.
There is a white dragon, but it seemed to be patrolling. It seemed to be.
Well, they are territorial, from what I understand.
No.
But what does that have to do with the weather? I mean, that
It-
can't have anything to do with that. That's
My friends and I fought. How long ago now? Almost a month ago. Fought a white dragon wormling, and
wait. Did you kill this thing?
well, yes, I think they did.
Do you
But-
think that maybe that's part of the problem with the other dragon?
Probably. I'm sensing.
And
a
now you've
correlation.
come here?
Captain, please.
No. You need to leave and take your problems with you.
Captain, if you would for just a moment. The dragon that we saw didn't seem to be acting of its own accord. There is also an army of some kind, wargs and soldiers.
You are a messenger of woe!
That is fair. That
You
is
come here
fair.
speaking of armies and dragons that you may have brought to our doorstep.
I don't know if the dragon was. Did
They're
it look,
missing you, Gulliver.
Did it look like the dragon was
Not very-
was with that army?
You don't know.
Persuasive, are you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell him. I fear that dragon is either been trained by that army or working with it.
All right. At this point, he's like, I've heard enough, and I'm sorry, but you're both and your friend are gonna have to leave, because it is highly possible that whatever it is that you saw has followed you here, and for the safety of the town, I must ask you to leave. Good sir.
And
I appreciate the work of the Silver Knights.
As soon as he said that, and I'm gonna drop my warhammer out
Okay.
and drop it and let it clang on the ground, and say, "Listen here, on the authority of the Silver Knights, I'm here to protect this town."
Intimidation check.
Yeah. 20.
I really do appreciate everything that the Silver Knights have done for us, but you bring us terrible tidings, good sir, and it's
I
possible that
understand that, and I am here to help. I'm here to protect this
as
town.
y'all are arguing about this, you hear a bell ring, and as soon as that bell rings, you know that is like that's the town bell. And at that point, all of the guys that are sitting there are like stepping up, like running around, like all the troops are like picking up their swords and stuff and going. It's battle stations, so they're ringing it, and in the distance you hear this voice cry out. It goes, "Monsters on the horizon!" And at that point, everyone's getting off the streets. Everyone's going crazy, and Bashir goes, "Well, prove your word. Go with me."
Yeah, as soon as he says that, I said, I'll swing my warhammer up towards
Come
him
back
and say,
quick.
Doesn't look like we're on. Doesn't look like we'll be able to leave.
Not yet, but come. Let's see what the problem is. So at that, he like
Bring
runs.
your shield, Captain.
What
So
and I'm
he
going with
leaves
it.
you because
There's
his
monsters
legs
on the horizon
are
of the town.
Oh.
longer.
Can I?
So you're running, and he's just like,
Can I catch him? Can I jump up and grab the back of his belt and ride him out? Yes. Oh yes, it is.
you can try.
Athletics.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
my
God.
That's 23.
Yeah, you do. All right. So he's running. You run up and crawl up on his back, and he's a mighty man. He's
I
running, and
yelled
you're
really-
basically mounting him.
Yeah, I yelled, "Bring your shield." He doesn't. So I jump up over his shoulder and I throw my shield in front of him.
All right. So
I've
you
got
see
mine.
this, and you're just like,
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
I'm
like,
amazed.
I'm walking.
Yeah.
All right.
But also, I
I'm
like
going.
to view things from far.
So does someone
Right.
sound a horn off or something?
Yeah, the bell, the town bell has gone off. All of the guards, they're calling out that monsters are on the horizon. The militia is organizing. About 15 to 20 militia get up to the front of the town. And as they get to the front of the town, you see in the distance, like because you're up front with the captain on his back, like,
Oh yeah.
okay, and he's like, all right, that's enough. Okay. So you're standing. So he's at the front of the gate. They are preparing to close the gate, and as it closes in the distance, make a perception check. Now, Layla, you're still running up or walking.
Leisurely.
Leisure.
7.
Yeah, you don't really see anything because you're short, and there's
Should've
a
got
It's like
Hill.
that one
hill.
scene of War of the
Yeah.
Right. You need a box.
Anybody have field glasses? Is that a thing here?
Or a box you could stand on
like
that you can
Gimli.
see over the ridge.
I'll stand on the captain.
Right. All right. So a few minutes passes. At this point, he backs up and he's like, "Oh, this is terrible!" And he runs around goes up the stairs to the top.
Yeah. Can I?
So-
head
yeah,
up?
sure. So you're following that, and as soon as you get to the top, and you're kind of having to pick up and look over the wall, and you see in the distance this minotaur marching towards the town.
Does it look familiar?
No, Minotaur.
I'm sorry.
Not Centaur.
Centaur.
Minotaur. You see the
So-
giant horns
Yeah,
going
yeah.
out, and
Centaur
he's
is what I
walking.
was-
You know, and you don't see. Make roll a perception check.
Oh.
No. You don't. It's the snow, and there's all this wind, but you can't see anything else. You just see this massive form of this minotaur, And the guard looks over, and the bowman says, "Fire a warning shot! I only see the one." So the bowman, he fires off. And, okay. All right. And the arrow, it goes, and you kind of lose the arrow for a second, but you do see the head of the Minotaur go, roar, like
you hit him.
and he's shooting. The Bashir looks over and goes, "I said warning shot, not shoot him in the face."
Set it across her nose, not up it.
Right. So, Layla, you hear all this commotion. You're looking back and you see this guy shoot. You see the captain berating his guy, and you see your friend Cade sitting up there too, like
Is there-
pulling himself up. to
Are
look
there any
over.
soldiers around that have spy glasses, field glasses, anything?
No.
Okay.
No. Those are no.
Alright. Are there cutouts?
But you're like looking up. Yeah.
Are there cut-
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stand on one.
Oh, okay. You just get up so you can
Yeah.
climb up on it. Give me an athletics check. Just don't do anything stupid. Okay, yeah, you're fine. Just making sure you didn't fall off the mountain. Alright, so you crawl up, and as you get close and as it breaks forward, the Minotaur he's still walking. He's still marching. He crosses over this small bridge that y'all went over as he came in. There's like a little tributary right before that he goes
How
over
far?
the bridge.
How far?
100 yards or so. He's getting pretty close to the town. And at this point, you break through, and the wind breaks for a second, and you see with him are two half-naked dwarves, one of them blue. And you also see just behind the half-naked dwarves is a half-naked halfling, also with him. But that's all you see.
Captain, call off your men.
Yeah, you recognize them immediately.
Yeah, the blue dwarf is what.
It really gave it away.
Captain, call off your men.
It's not a bad case of frostbite.
He's bringing friends of mine.
Yes. And he looks up and goes, Oh goodness, is that dwarf blue?
Yes.
What is that? I've never seen a blue dwarf. That must be some type of under-mountain race.
No, it's
Probably evil or some
it-
witches doing.
Captain.
It's,
Shenanigans.
It's
It's
yeah,
shenanigans.
it's shenanigans, honestly.
Uh,
So we were living in this town for a while, this gnome town.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Do you vouch for them?
Yes.
What about the thing that is with them? Is that your friend too?
That I'm not sure about.
Are they friendly?
I mean, so far, for the record, you have told me of dragons, you've told
Yes.
me of an army of orcs, and now you tell me this
I didn't say
minotaur.
orcs.
Army, whatever you
Yeah,
said.
I said wargs. An army with wargs.
Or army, whatever. But then you said,
What do
this
you
thing
know,
is-
Captain, that I
What,
don't
what is this thing? What is this thing? You are truly a stranger.
Captain, calm yourself.
Now that we're here,
You're not here yet.
can I yell?
No,
We're down
you're in the
there.
distance.
We got shot at.
Y'all look up and y'all saw the arrow. It is sticking out of one of his horns.
I'd like to make a white flag on one of the dwarves' shirts.
They don't have shirts.
Pants.
It would be pants at this
Whip,
point.
white flag.
Wait, which
All right,
dwarf?
That
So the doors begin to open at the word
captain,
of the
that
captain.
gnome or that
Halfling.
halfling, I do vouch for. As soon as I see the flag go up.
All right. Well, listen,
Hands
we
if you
will
can.
allow them in town, but that
Hold
minotaur.
on, this is
that's-
important.
You.
I'm now a naked dwarf.
Well, a naked blue dwarf.
No,
would
no,
just
blue.
be crazy.
No, I'm-
That's why he doesn't need to be naked.
That's
That
true.
would just be crazy.
That
Alright.
can't happen.
How
You
high
got
is this
miniature
wall?
Dr.
Huh?
Manhattan.
How high is this wall?
Pretty high.
Pretty high.
Yeah, pretty high.
Okay.
30, 40 feet.
Okay. I was gonna try and shield surf down.
All right, so they approach, and are you gonna sit up here? Or are you gonna go out to meet them? What are you gonna do?
From here, I'll just yell, "Golly!"
Cade, is that you?
All right, from this you hear
Right.
Gulliver's voice, and you were like, "Oh, wait a minute!"
I know him.
I know.
Who's your big friend?
It's a long story. He's friendly.
The only one of them carrying a weapon is the Minotaur. He has a giant axe.
I'll turn to the captain, and if Golly says he's friendly, I vouch for him.
He goes, "Well,
Full stop.
all right. I want your eyes on him, and he is not allowed to have that thing in his hand, an axe. So,
I,
no axe.
my eyes on him, I agree to. I don't know him.
Well, he's not coming in the town with that axe. That is no.
I walked in with a hammer.
You're also 2.5 feet tall. He's an 8-foot thing.
Captain, I'm a silver knight, and I guarantee you I'm more dangerous than he is.
All right, you want to? And I rolled a 1. He immediately, the first, he goes, I wasn't talking about your prowess. We knew you were upstanding. It's just
Captain,
the
calm
people of
yourself.
this town were going to go nuts if I let that thing in. And if he's carrying his giant axe around, the women will go crazy. I will never hear the end of it. Even the governor will be all, no to the axe.
I spent a month in a town with women going crazy all the time. I will have him sheath it.
Oh. He looked over and goes,
Not all women.
he's wearing a loincloth. He's not going to sheathe that thing. No, listen, we'll keep it in a guard shack, and when he leaves, he's welcome to have it. But he's not carrying that thing around town.
You are welcome to make that request of him, Captain.
Absolutely, I'm the captain. God, yes, I will. Don't need your so with that,
I lean back against one of the
oh, you fit right in now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I lean back, I take my shield, and I just set it in front of me and lean it on me. Captain?
Okay, so with that, he comes down. All right, so y'all get to the front gates. The 3 of you, 4 of you counting the Minotaur.
Well,
Right.
yeah.
All right, so when the captain of the guard comes around and he looks up at the ground, he goes, well met. Dwarves are always welcome, even blue ones. And you're, of course, welcome. I would suggest some clothes, perhaps.
Yes,
I know
if you could
it's a
provide
bit
us some, that
cold.
would be great. Ours were taken.
Aye, close quickly.
All right,
Yes.
so he reaches over and
And
just
a bit
like...
of food wouldn't be the worst.
He
thing
he grabs a blanket and just throws it to him. Just cover yourself. There are children about it. But first of all, it says, "Who are you?"
This is our friend Batoon.
Batoon looks up and goes, "I am Batoon." And then when he says that, it just kind of echoes. He's like, "Well, of course you are, kind sir. Would you mind leaving your axe at the door? The women and the children here might find it best if you carried it." So we're gonna have a roll off here because he doesn't want to give it up. But he's like, "Yes, good sir, I will leave it." And he hands him this axe, and it's like this giant axe, and he goes, "Not a scratch." And now the funny thing about this is this thing is beat to hell. So the he's like, "Not a scratch." He's like, yes, good sir." And he hands it over. He goes, hands it to one of his guards, and the guard's like, and like kind of moves it because it's like a pole arm axe. It's huge. And with that, they open the doors and they allow this group to come in. Now, he hands him the axe. He also pulls around and he goes, "I need help with this." And he pulls around this frozen gnome.
Oh my god.
Like completely like gnome-sickle. And you look and it's Nottigan, and he's like just completely frozen.
Lay on hands?
Huh?
As soon as I see him, I'm running up and lay on hands.
You put all your might into lay on hands, and there is no life in him. He is dead.
Hang on. I have something for this.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No.
Trust me.
He's dead. Preserved.
But dead.
Wonderfully preserved,
Say you he did.
but dead. As in, been dead for a while.
He's pushing up the daisy singing with the choir invisible at the current moment.
In a panic,
Yeah, you
Right,
still
yeah.
lay on hands.
Yeah.
You still use it, but there's just nothing there. Yeah, he's quite dead.
golly, how did this happen?
Dragon.
Dragon.
Big dragon.
Dragon.
As soon as he says that, I point to the captain and say, "Not a word.
And the captain's like,
Not a word."
Let's keep
Not
this quiet.
a word.
I'll confer with Gaius about it, but not a word. We'll keep it soft.
Is there an infirmary? Is there somewhere we can? Is there a church? Is there
Well, it's just,
clerics?
there's a church in town. Shantea is the goddess that we worship.
Point me in a
here.
direction.
Yes, middle of town. You can't pass it. Just the other side of town by the Exalted Dragon. It's the other end on the far side of town.
Would I know where that's at?
No, you would not. No, you haven't been that far. It's on the good side of town. on the other side of town, you'll pass the Exalted Dragon. Right next to it, there's a temple of Shantae. If you go there, she should be able to help you. Yes.
Batoon, would you mind? And I'm kind of gesturing like I want to jump up on him.
Huh?
We're in dire need of some rest and food.
I got you.
All right, pause for a second.
Sure.
Yes.
I said we're in dire need of some rest and food. I'm sure my friend Batoon here is quite tired. He did help us escape.
Well, of course. I don't know if the Exalted Dragon would have you. You could try either the Ruby Shield or the half-full flagon. But
The half-full
Yes,
flagon.
and the problem with that is they also took our gold. So, if you perhaps have a public house,
By the way, Captain,
Gulliver, the half full flagon.
okay.
I don't. Where have you been?
I've been. First we were.
It
putting
has
the
been a
town
month.
back- Yeah, first we were putting the town back together, and then we were tracking you.
You saw a dragon.
Yeah,
What else did you see?
an army. The remnants of an army.
Captain, I have to speak with you. I don't know what he told you, but we've seen a lot more.
Oh, of course. Let's get out of the street. Let's come back to the guardhouse. Tell you what, I want to hear your full report, but
Let's have this conversation at the church.
okay, yes. So tell you what, go to the church, see about your friend. I will meet you at the guardhouse. I want a full report, but you look a little worse for wear. And yes, go take care of yourself. And when you're ready, I'll meet with you.
Captain, can you keep a double guard posted?
Of course,
Thank
of
you.
course.
You might
Quest
want to close
updated.
the gate if possible.
Yes, we'll keep it closed for now, unless we see traders coming in, of course. But
Thank you.
we'll keep it
Captain.
closed.
Thank you. Batoon, would you mind carrying Gulliver along with us to the church?
I can walk.
You mean?
He's already carrying
I mean,
him. He's been carrying him for like a week. So yeah, he's like, sure, and he's got him by the hair, and he's just, and he's on his back like, just completely frozen. And as he's walking down the town, people are like, what a strange piece of art. I wonder what that fetches. Like people are like, you hear people whispering like, "Geez, that looks so odd."
Anyone that can see me, if they're mentioning that, can see me giving them dirty looks.
Okay, all right, yeah. So, a lot of confusion. The shrill of some women as y'all are walking through this minotaur, boom, boom through town, carrying this gnome sickle.
Get your gnome sickle.
Right. All right, so you guys make it through town. You head over, and as soon as you cross like one turn, you see the sign for the Exalted Dragon. And then next to it, you see the temple. You notice the symbol of Shantae, which is it's agriculture based. It's hang on a second, I'll pull it for you.
So how many gold pieces for the gnome sickle?
All right, so the symbol you see is like this blooming rose over like grain, and you recognize this. She's pretty popular for farmers. She's the goddess of agriculture and life and spring, and and there's a lot of people gathered here like praying over crops and stuff and giving like gifts to the church and things because it's like, where is spring? We obviously need to help and give more to Shantae because there's no spring. So there's a lot of people about praying at the temple of Shantae. So
Is there a cleric? Or a
there's a
priest?
couple of small priests running around, but you do see one lady there who's wearing more regal robes and stuff, and she's answering a lot of the questions. It's a half elf, and her name is Kiana.
Kiana. Okay.
Reeves.
I'll kind of approach the
Okay.
group, and as the people who've been there are finishing up their questions, I'll wait. Let them finish up their questions, but when
Okay.
they're done, I'll Lady Kiana.
Yes.
I'm Cade Teeley from the Silver Knights. I have a problem I was hoping maybe y'all could help me with.
I don't know what that thing is. Is that the problem?
That is Batoon.
He's not the problem.
He's a friend, ma'am. It's what he's carrying. It's
Oh!
our-
What is that?
That is our friend
It
Nottingham.
was your friend.
That is correct, ma'am. I was wondering if y'all could help us out with this.
Well, I mean, we could thaw him over a fire and give him a proper burial. We could absolutely do that.
Is there no
Is there a resurrection option?
healing magics? That,
Oh well, and she looks over your friends. She's well, yes, it's quite extensive and expensive.
what is it?
Well, I mean, and she looks around. And she goes, well, please, you come inside. And she looks at the. Would you, kind sir, mind sitting outside? I don't know if your horns would fit through the arc of the door. If you could wait here, good sir. The rest of you are welcome.
I'll stay with Batoon.
Okay, so Dane and Batoon are going to sit outside while the rest of you come in.
I'm gonna look miserable in my blanket.
There is
outside.
a bonfire outside, so
thank
you can
God.
sit next to that.
I'll
And now
carry-
she looks over and
I'll
goes,
carry
"Oh,
Nottingham in."
goodness, what's happened to you?"
It was moss.
Moss. Pig moss.
Did you eat something? What is it? And she looks over and goes, "Oh no, you're cursed. That is a curse. That's quite terrible. Like, I can fix that."
What price?
She looks over and goes, "Tell you what, you like a strong lad. I'll tell you what. I'll give you some fresh clothes and fix your skin pigment problem. We have some chores that need to be done around here. If you could help." Well, just so you know, part of the roof in the back has fallen through, and we need some stonework, which I think that'd be right up your alley. So here, and she looks over and she claps her hands and yes,
I might have another dwarf that can help.
because I saw your chivalrous friend out in the back, in the front. Yes, tell you what, if he wants to, I'll give him his clothes as well. If y'all want to help fix the roof in the back.
Do you want some clothes?
Can Batum help with the roof by lifting heavy things?
Yes, of course. Bring the forklift.
I am certified on the forklift.
crane.
Right. All right. So Batoon and the two dwarves are going to go help with the minor repairs they needed.
Clothes.
As they bring you your clothes and she and so those are the priests working with you on that. And she goes, "Give me a good moment, sir, and I'll come back to your skin problem. Let me see about your frozen friend first." So yes.
I'm carrying him in, so
Right, so the three of you, or 3.5, are with Kiana, and she goes, "Well, we don't normally. I mean, it's an expensive and quite extensive process to even attempt that, and I cannot guarantee its success."
I understand.
You understand that she's looking at this. This looks to be a child, and while that's terrible, I could try to do this, but it would be quite expensive.
That's
How expensive
what
are
is
we
the
talking?
expense?
1,000 gold?
What about some diamond dust?
Well, I'm sure you could probably sell some of that to the merchants in town, but yes, I mean, I need a full giant diamond would be required to raise him, which I can get, and then just the service itself. 1,000 gold is about what it cost. But even then, I cannot guarantee that it would work because, you see, the deities have to decide whether or not it's even in their favor to do so, and normally it's reserved for heroic servants or something of that nature.
I'll take out my shield and show her the symbol of Tyr on the other side.
Oh
of
yes,
my
yes,
shield.
Tyr. We know him well. Yes.
I fully believe that Tyr would support this.
Well,
this
I won't doubt your religion. So I'm just saying, I want to give you full.
I understand.
Yes.
Fair
I
warning.
Is there a
understand.
Walmart in town I could steal from? There's
There's
no
a
deal
gnome
with
depot.
that. There's no deal.
There's several. She looks and goes. There's several shops that you could probably find work at. I wouldn't suggest stealing your way because again, I don't believe that the deity of Shantea would agree to bring back someone if that were the way of. Yeah.
Okay.
1,000 gold is quite steep, and I won't begrudge you the price. We might have trouble paying it. Is there something else that the church needs that we could perhaps a service that needs to be provided, or a job needs doing?
A dramatic monologue.
Weeds need pulling.
That's a lot of
stables
weeds.
Need
That's a lot of
mucking.
weeds.
Tales need telling.
Yes, tales need telling. I'm quite good with the word.
Well, listen.
Uh,
I can provide the diamond. You're asking a mighty favor, and
Yes.
I barely know you.
I know.
And the Silver Knights will repay that favor.
Give me a persuasion check. You.
I have a bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
I will take that. Wow. That is 23.
And he goes, all right, well, there is one mighty task that would behoove the church.
Name it.
Is there any way you could... She looks around and goes... She motions you to the back room, just the three of you, and you leave him outside, because...
He's not listening to
Reasons.
Is there any way you could get rid of that thieves guild in town?
Thieves Guild. Thieves Guild.
That is a problem. All of
many-
the shops here are having problems.
How many members comprise this Thieves Guild?
Well, we don't know. We barely even know it exists. It's just everyone here is just
What was-
missing
What
things.
was her name? I'm sorry, Lady what?
Kiana.
Well,
Now
it's-
listen, I am not the only one in town that can do this service. If that's too big of an ask,
Lady Kiana.
yes.
I've been around long enough to know that thieves guilds entrench themselves deeply,
Well-
and in getting rid of them, may be asking to start a war. Now,
Yes, I know, but it's quite a problem.
I-
You asked
I-
what it would take,
I
and that
understand.
would be worth it to us.
I understand. It
Easier to find 1,000 gold.
let us
We
work
could-
on
the
it.
gym's worth?
We'll see. We'll
The
see
gem
what
that got
effect-
stolen from us?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Could we recruit the Thieves Guild to get us 1,000 gold?
Let us see what effect we can have.
We could
With
always
rogue everybody.
threaten
I can't-
people with a giant minotaur.
I
you-
can't
Oh,
promise
I like this idea.
removal of them, but we may be able to work some deal where they'll.
If you can
back
get
off.
rid of them and let the shops alone, and we are part of the problem we're having here is we can barely afford to keep this place up because of that thieves guild.
How big is this town? Like, about how many people do you think live here?
700-800.
So, okay, so it's alright.
How-
Fairly big.
Hey, Rogue,
Or
do
is the entire
you
town?
have any
Yes.
background with thieves guilds?
Do I?
A little bit, yeah.
A little
And
bit,
in
yeah.
Sundabar.
In Sundabar.
Yeah, you know thieves can't.
It was really
Yeah,
just her and her
I
cousin.
do. It was a
Would-
guild. That too.
I'll
We
have
had
you
a
know.
treasurer and a historian
He goes-
and a secretary.
Now listen,
They were all-
good sir. Can you give me your word that you can handle this?
Don't do that.
I'm talking to you. Of the Silver
I'm
Knights.
also talking to you.
Give me your word. Because if you give me your word, I will attempt now to bring your friend back. However, if it does not work, you still owe me this favor. On the honor of the Silver Knights.
I give you my word that I will make the same attempt.
All right, on your word. And I'm hoping your mighty friend in the back. Very good. I will attempt it, but if the deities find it not in their favor, you still owe me this favor. All right. And with that, she shakes your hand and she starts gathering
I want to
some
be
of her priests together.
present for the
Yeah, that's
for
fine.
the
That's fine. Okay.
ceremony.
So she goes, "Well, tell you what, go and have dinner. We'll provide. We're gonna have some food here for you. You're welcome to stay here if you seems like y'all fallen on some hard times.
Rest. Bless.
And then tonight we'll have the ceremony. But yes, and she walks out and she goes, "Oh, for good's sake!" She walks up and goes and she starts casting a spell and she touches your skin and your skin just you're your pale self again. Oh. She goes, "Sorry, I could have done it when you walked up. It slipped my mind. Anyway."
I
But-
missed the blue.
Yeah, so you're no longer blue. So as there's a ceremony in the back, the table, and they go there on the table. You see, he's still like frozen up, you
Like the
know.
chipmunk from,
Yeah, and every time he won't lay down straight, so they're having to like rock him back and forth to get him to sit a certain way.
I'll grab a blanket and like roll up a blanket.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to. They're trying to prop
Yeah.
him just right, you know.
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, listen, go and enjoy dinner while we make the preparations, and we'll try this, and then
I would.
afterwards, I expect you to be true to your word, good sir."
Always,
Okay.
on the honor of the Silver Knights, I would care to be present for all of the
Yes,
preparation
yes.
and the ceremony, though.
Yes, of course. And I will expect all your friends to be praying for Shantae's good fortune on this. So, all right. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to attempt the resurrection of Naughty and Boondiggles, and then the search for the Thieves Guild. Okay.
Such a bad idea.
I promised that we would
Attempt.
just as she promised that she would attempt.
I didn't promise anything.
All right, so as we were watching, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll be right back.
So the title.
right, we are back. Our faithful group has made it to the city of Everest. They have found a person who can hopefully bring back the life of Nottingham Boondiggles. We're going to have a attempt here to resurrect a
There's
character.
a temple to Tyr around this town, is there?
No, there's not.
Okay.
There is. That would have been easy. They'd have done
Yeah.
it for free. No, I'm kidding. There's not. There is someone else who could have done it, but we all decided just to go ahead and do this one. All right. So y'all eat your dinner. All of the.
I'm not eating. I am with
I understand.
Again the whole time.
All right. So everyone comes together now. She asked that the only people that are going to be in here are ones who are willing to truly pray and give themselves to the ritual. So if you don't have a strong religious conviction, you should not. You'll hamper the process.
I'll see you.
See ya!
guys.
You guys got this!
All right. So the
You got
dwarves
this.
and the minotaur.
Oi, Batum,
I'm
let's
not-
go get some beers.
And he goes, "No, I go pray."
I'm going with you guys.
Never figured you for the religious time.
Yeah. All right. So, Batoon and Cade
I'll go.
and Gulliver. He's a believer yet. All right.
Wait, what if I don't believe in this god?
Huh?
Because I mean, I believe in.
In D&D, it's the gods.
Oh, well then I'll help.
Okay.
I'm dwarvish. We have God.
I'm
Okay.
agnostic at
An
best.
awesome. We have a pretty
We have a
awesome
god of
god,
protection.
actually.
What have God's done for me lately?
Right.
All right. So.
You know what?
About 5 minutes.
I'm my own
All
guy.
right. So.
I'm convinced.
All right. So Batoon. So everyone. Layla's gonna sit outside. She goes, "Nah, I'll go ahead." I barely knew him.
We barely knew you.
I
Wants to get back to her
You know what?
vacation.
I'm
Right.
definitely gonna be there because I did know him. We shared some tough times
All
together.
right. So here's what's gonna happen. We have a cumulative score based on the prayers to bring him back. If we
Lots of prayers.
fail it, then he is gone forever.
Oh.
Okay, and you will have to re-roll.
I did not know that's how
Fair.
this was gonna go.
Okay, so Batoon will be rolling the d20, the black d20,
Oh, good.
because it's either a 1 or a 20. So there's that. And then Shantea will be rolling this, and then I have 2 priests as well. So I will be rolling 4. Everyone else will be rolling their d20 with religion checks. Now, here's how this also works. If you don't score at least a 10, you hurt the ritual.
All right.
Oh no.
Is it advantageous for there to be more people there?
Can you score more than 10?
I don't feel confident in my dice rolling abilities based upon how things go. So I will provide moral support from the outside in order
With
to not,
Layla.
in order to not harm the future potential life of Nottingham because I
Alright,
care
so
for him.
how many people are going to be rolling on this? Gulliver, Cade,
I've only got a +1
but
religion.
I know, but I think your character has to.
Yeah.
Randor,
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Does my character?
what's your plus to religion? 0. He's going to roll anyway.
I got a big +3. That's right.
All
got a
right.
0.
Are you? Do you want to
You are
inspire
nothing.
us?
You are dead.
Wait,
I do.
how many?
Inspiration.
If, I'll stay if you can inspire me.
I've got 3 more for the day.
I'll take
I'm
one.
inspired.
Yes.
All right. So 3 of you will roll inspiration.
Yes, I'll stick with it then. If I'm
Okay.
inspired.
And okay.
D6s, right?
All right. So let me get
Which
the
die
rolls.
should
How
I
many?
roll?
I need to know how many people are
You gotta
rolling.
get
1,
D20
2,
typically.
3,
That you're not
4.
Remember that
Yeah,
one time you
4
couldn't
from
roll
this.
very well?
So
This
8
one did
total.
it for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No guarantees.
All right. I got the number to beat. Go.
7.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I got a 9.
No.
23.
You're not coming back.
What'd you get?
I got a 9.
Is that with the bonus?
By what? I got a 5 on the bonus and I rolled a 3.
What'd you get?
I got a 9 with the bonus.
Sorry.
This is why I didn't want to roll.
Well, bye.
I rolled a 16
All right.
and a 6 with a +1.
I have 4 rolls to make. Let's see what the priest gets. 22. I want to just kind of keep track.
I really knew that was going to happen, and that's why I didn't want to roll.
All right.
Like,
This is going to have to be
You been
high.
drinking outside?
All right.
maybe?
Priest 1. That's 12.
I That's not good enough.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
Y'all are gonna need a whole lot of help here. All right, priest 2. That's a 15.
Can I?
Pray to your God and get an extra D20.
Hold on.
Batoon is last, so he has to roll stupid high.
The platoon saves the day.
Because he's a paladin and has
Little do we know, he's the Minotaur Pope with like
Yeah.
10 religion.
What'd you ask before I make this last roll?
There is a spell ceremony. Can I burn a spell slot on this
Nah, no.
to assist in any way?
Could he pray to his God and get an extra D20?
I'm just gonna roll the black die
Well,
of coin flips. Of course. The one time it worked for you. Yeah. So, Batoon, you hear the prayer. It doesn't look like it's going well. The body is melting. He's convulsing. There's a lot of sweat going off the priest. Like, she's like, this isn't going good. You can just
I rolled
tell
it.
there's a fear in the room.
I rolled a 23. Tell me my shield and Warhammer
You're,
is glowing.
yeah, but the problem is there's power coming on you, and these guys are like,
Oh,
how much
Jesus.
longer? How much longer is this going to be? I wonder if there's more goat outside.
We kind of felt like
And
the
in the
God
middle of
maybe
all, in the
forsaken
middle of
us.
all of this, Batoon,
There-
he starts praying. He just belts out. He goes, "Kiri Joloth, hear us!" And with that sound, this deity that you have never heard of,
Who was it?
Kiri Joloth. Kiri Joloth. The sound of this minotaur is belted, and the all the candles like blow out, and then a light comes in, and y'all see this visage of this what looks to be this like knight, like fall down on top of Nottingham, and his body thaws, and you see him breathe in as this paladin or this knight is standing above him, and the shield has a sigil on it that you don't recognize.
Religion check?
Yes,
Religion check?
sure.
21. I can get a good one on that one.
Is it natural?
No, what's it? That was
Natural
18.
21.
12.
No,
All right.
it is not. In the pantheon of gods of this realm, that you recognize the sigil is not in the pantheon of this world of Faerun. Kiri Joloth, and the sigil of this shield that you see are these bison horns coming out as Nottingham is brought back to life from a deity from another plane.
Handy.
So with that,
Neat.
Nottingham breathes, and as soon as he sits up and he looks over, and he's not a child. He has aged a good bit.
My not so little buddy.
Yeah.
How are you?
Like he sits up and like he's like a man, a gnome still, but an older man.
No,
like
what
he has
kind?
been brought back to life as his skin goes from this blue thaw to just like you just see the color come back into him, and you see this light like emanating from his body, and everyone here and even the priest is sitting there like, what was that? Because that was not Shantea. They all know that.
So you didn't hold up your end of the bargain, and neither do we.
She was
Bards, man.
still.
I
She
say-
doesn't. She's
I
just
say
like
to the priestess,
she
bards.
prayed to the gods, and the gods answered. A god,
Ta-da!
I prayed to Tyr.
right? Yep. But
Yeah,
it was
she did.
Kiri Joloth that answered.
Little did they know.
Little did they know that Nottingham has. So you sit up like, dragon, like you're still like in
In
this
the moment.
moment, and you feel like there's been this huge passage of time, and you have these fading memories of this other world that you were in, and it's like you remember white sands and you remember the green grass, and it's all fading super fast of this other world that you were in, this afterlife that you felt, and this island that you were on, these beautiful waves. It was warm, and the people there were just very nice, and And for half a second, you look and you see walking down the beach is a minotaur. And then you look up and you see Batoon like, "Welcome back, buddy!" And he's like, and as he's batting you, the rest of the icicles are shaking off of your hair. And the question you have is, did I see Batoon or was there another minotaur? But anyway, so you're back. You're just like, okay. So Nottingham is back, and everyone there is like, "Oh, praise Shantae!" And the priest is like, "Yes, praise be Shantae." You see, she kind of like, "Yes, praise be." Yeah. So the doors open, and y'all, no, just you're sitting out there like, "Oh, it worked."
No, I see him. I'm like, "Oh, who's this?"
He is grown into a nice. He is much better looking than he was before.
So kind of
Why
episode
is
2.
he older?
Huh?
you've grown.
The effects of the resurrection says, what is time? Because it seems like he's been gone longer than a week.
Yeah, is that how this works?
He has aged a good bit. He looks like he's in his mid-20s.
How you doing?
All of a sudden you're like, oh, well.
Watch me steal your heart.
Hey.
I'm a rogue, 'cause I'm a rogue. See?
Right, I see. All right. So,
Rather be gnomely.
the puns have traveled with us from Maplewood. We did not expect.
There is no escaping.
So with that, they're all like, "Well, y'all are welcome to stay here," and they've brought y'all clothes, and you've already got clothes. But they brought you some clothes as well, and they bring you some fresh clothes, and said, "Well, y'all are welcome to stay here and get some rest." And with that, they kind of leave you to it. So y'all are in there. The 7 of you, all 6 of you in Batoon, are just kind of sitting in there, and it's huge. Like he's like getting through doors is like head sideways in and turn.
He's got to be used to that by now.
Yeah, but still, y'all are watching it for the first time. Like, how is that possible? Okay.
Batoon, can you tell me more about this Kiri Joloth?
Yes, he's the god of my people from Talatus.
From where now?
Talatus.
Yes. Batoon is from a different plane of existence.
How do you spell Talatus?
Taladas. Talatus. Yes, it's a beautiful place.
Bingo.
Conveniently uses the same alphabet.
Yes.
I was asking DM, not Batoon.
Oh, yes.
We're the same people.
But if I had that accent,
Common is universal against all the planes, which is why I'm speaking to you now. He does have, I will say this, he does have a different dialect that I am not a voice actor, unlike some of you, so I cannot do. But yes, he has a strange dialect to his common that you've traveled all of the Northlands just about, and you haven't quite heard this. So at first you're like, Southern?
Howdy, y'all.
Yeah, it's not, I don't know, it's just different.
Well, thank you, Batoon. I sincerely appreciate your. Are you a man of the cloth?
But I've just
Loincloth.
got my loincloth here, it just keeps me warm in my other regions. What do you mean?
Are you a religious man? Are you a priest?
Well, all good minotaurs are. I mean, we all know that, it was.
We all do good metaphors.
Yes, we all serve Kira Joloth in his mighty avatar, Drake.
Drake.
Yes.
Josh.
God's plan. No one here gets that.
So, what happened in Gravelwood?
I'm more curious about why our suddenly older Nottingham was a gnome sickle.
I told you, dragon. I thought I explained myself.
Dragon.
Partially.
Yes, dragon.
Partially. So.
Breath. Death.
Guess that about wraps it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
How did you come to be fighting a dragon?
We weren't fighting. We were running.
Yes, we were running from the dragon.
Very far away.
We went back to clean up the stray orc in Gravelwood.
We found him.
Yes, well, he found us too, along with his resurrected friend and 2 minotaurs.
One of which was Batoon?
Yes.
Yes.
One of which was him.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I was there. Quite the battle.
The orcs and the minotaurs captured us. Quite
I
handily.
won.
I believe you.
He's the one that split the ballista.
So we found a ballista bolt in the face of one of the.
Yes, we did manage to get one of them.
And then Batoon, because
we put the ballista on the cart.
Batoon's an
It was a
guess
good
it.
idea at the time.
Batoon's an excellent warrior, and he bested us quite well in combat.
I did, and he's eating his. He finishes up his first meat stick, throws it around, pulls the arrow out of his horn.
So
Was that arrow on fire when it was okay?
after they captured us, they took us back to Gravel Stone, actually, which is where Nottingham's people come from.
Okay.
Yes, it's an ancient gnomish fortress
In the mountains.
in the mountains. Currently, it is being occupied by a group of orcs
And
being-
hobgoblins.
Orcs, hobgoblins, and
Dragons.
Very well. There's 2 dragons.
Two.
This group is being led by
There's
a
2 dragons.
Yes, there's another green one as well. Very big. This group is being led by a hobgoblin named...
Very big. Huge. Huge.
Very big. Huge.
Huge.
The best
Huge.
dragon.
Best big words.
The best word.
This
I'm
group is
still
being-
hung up on Gnomish Fortress.
This group is being led by a warlord, a hobgoblin named Azar Cool.
Not very cool.
Yes. He was using... the reason we were captured and not killed outright is because he was using slave labor to mine underneath Gravelstone. He's looking for, precious metals and gems and such.
Slaves of the month.
Yes.
No.
And Batoon and his people were a
enslavements.
part of the workforce, as it were. And it seems that they were brought here to this plane through a portal in the underneath Gravelstone.
With a door we can't open.
Yes.
With a language inscribed above it that no one can read.
But we did promise.
But
that
you said you could
Yes,
read it and
we-
open it.
We did promise that if Batoon helped us escape, we would go
I
back,
couldn't.
free his
He did.
people, and open the interplanar portal to get them back home.
Yes,
So,
so,
if you could work on
Which
that,
we
that would be
will do.
good.
so in the morning we will march up and free my friends, right?
Not so fast.
Order of operations here. We still have promises to fulfill for.
Oh yes, of
Nottingham.
course, we'll get those done. So tomorrow afternoon we'll be back to free my friends and kins, right?
We will set off back to Gravelstone as soon as we are able to.
Batoon, we may need an army.
It would be prudent to go to Citadel Adbar and seek aid from the dwarves.
Dwarves.
Could get you a new and better axe. And some armor. Some nice armor.
And a big shield.
All right, persuasion.
2
Me.
with advantage
Just
because
him.
of
Just
all
him.
of us.
He was talking
Inspiration? I mean,
Just-
not
just
inspira-
you.
Advantages?
to me. Just nope, just you.
That's okay.
12.
Wait.
12.
I could use a better axe.
And
You know,
I see your point.
and a big shield.
Just an axe.
A dwarven crafted axe.
Is that better?
We make the best axes.
He's right,
We'll see. We'll see.
Custom made, just for you.
Okay. Well, fine. How far is this citadel?
How far is the citadel?
I thought it was kind of like close to Gravelwood.
I thought it was like.
No, it's far north. From
Is it-
here,
We gotta travel.
Because that's where you guys are from, right?
it
Yes.
seriously might take you 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
That's not far.
That's not bad.
How far is that from
Citadel Adbar is halfway between.
Cindabar?
The Arn Wood is halfway point from here to the Citadel.
So we're south of the Arnwood,
Yes.
and the
Oh.
Arnwood is where
Gravelstone.
Yeah.
Gravelwood.
Gravelwood. Yeah.
Was.
It's being
Was.
rebuilt.
Being rebuilt.
It
Yes.
is. So the Boondiggles
Under new
are on that.
management.
The Boondiggles are on that.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
It is. I am very torn to say that the Boondiggles are we're doing a very good job.
They're
when
quite industrious, those gnomes.
those Boondiggles.
So, Nottingham, tell us about your time beyond the veil. I'll
Well,
make a song of it. Come on.
Yes.
Dolly, I saw Garl.
Who?
Garl. Glitter Gold.
Carl Glitter Gold.
Yeah, you know Garl.
It's a gnomish god.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if not
is that something I would know?
Maybe.
Religion?
You're not a very religious paladin, but yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no.
Roll.
11.
Yeah, you've heard of him. Yeah.
Is Garl
You recognize the
father?
name.
Yeah.
An uncle? Who's Garl?
No, he's the
Uncle?
He's a gnomish god.
of trickery.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
So what you're saying is he fits right in with, Gravelwood.
And Boondiggles.
Well, yeah, I spoke to him. I thought he might be able to help me, and I begged him, and I think he's given me some powers to help protect everyone.
Oh.
No! It was Kirigojolaf. I saw the sigil. It's Kirijolaf. It was my prayers.
I concur.
That it was, Batoon. That it was.
Unless Garl was tricking you.
Gods.
Wouldn't do.
He's just at this point. Batoon's just kind of staring you down.
Dude. I ignore that. Anyway,
Onward.
yes. So, do we have a plan?
Let's
We
sleep
need-
first.
We do need to sleep. Very important.
Yes, sleep good.
We need
Sleep
to
good.
rearm ourselves and do what?
We
exactly?
need to meet with the captain of the guard.
We need to do that.
I just told him we didn't have to sleep.
Oh dear. Roll charisma.
Nottingham is a much better looking gnome than he was. Death was good to him.
I lean in real close to Gulliver. You might have some competition now, friend.
That was never my game. Anyway. So, you said you need to speak with the captain of the guard.
Why?
I need to speak with him about the army that we saw. Strategize.
I need to know
Military
more
way.
about that too.
I would also like to see if it is possible to send word to the Citadel from here.
Oh, we need to
Because
send
they
word
should
back to
know.
Gravelwood, to your mother.
What do you suggest we tell her?
That you're fine.
Definitely
And
not
that is all.
dead.
And you hit a growth spurt.
Golly, lest she heard I was fine. Best not to worry her.
No, she's like really worried.
But that was a month. That was a month and a half ago.
Where's Goggins? Where's Goggins?
I shouldn't have find you.
Did he ever find us?
No.
He died. Poof.
I have a mouse. Give it to a mouse.
It's a familiar. I mean, what happens when the wizard dies?
There
idea.
are actually
They're-
different rules for when they go unconscious or whatever.
They're face spirits, so
Because the duration of the spell is instantaneous, so as soon as you cast it, it's a thing. And
Well, I know he can bring it
so-
back, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, if he died and it's going out, then it just.
it's a fey spirit. It can do whatever you, the DM, want it to do.
I say it got. Hey, I don't have a connection more. I'm gonna go. Hey, look, butterflies.
Well, I guess we can't.
I'm gonna say that his weasel has ADHD. That's what I'm gonna
Sounds
say.
like Goggins.
Yeah.
Sounds like-
that
Sounds like Nottingham.
That's my buddy.
So then, what's the plan? Meet with the guard captain?
So we
You
need
read-
to. We do need to meet with Captain of the Guard. We have a promise to
We is such a strong word.
we have a
You.
promise.
You keep using this word "we."
Yes,
I
yes, I
distinctly
do.
remember one person shaking hands and pledging the Silver Knights' assistance and their honor, not to the groups.
Exactly. We have a promise
But
to
you're like,
do something about the Thieves Guild.
we should do something about that.
And we have a promise to Batoon here, don't we?
Well, that promise, yes.
That promise takes-
I was party to that.
That's promised.
I wasn't part of that, and I'm still part of this we.
Would you rather him not be here? Look at him. He's majestic.
Look at the size.
Look at the size of him. He's a strapping lad. Man. Minotaur.
Minotaur.
He's got a great big axe and he swings it around. He properly kicked my rear end.
I'm gonna.
I'm thinking of that scene in Young Frankenstein. He's
Yes.
like, well, talking to the monster. He's like,
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna find a table.
He's got feelings.
Find food on this
put it
table.
on the wrist.
And just hand you food.
So, how does one go about eradicating a thieves guild?
Well, first we must have weapons.
I feel like we can probably maybe not kill two birds with one stone, but start down the path.
We have to kill birds now too.
Yes. Come on, Golly. I feel like we can probably start down the path on that with the captain as well.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
But
So
first, I need sleep.
right. Yes.
Don't we all?
Because now we have learned that napping is good.
Yes. ABN. Always be napping.
I'll always be napping. All right. So with that, you guys get some sleep. Y'all sleep great.
Yeah.
For most of y'all,
had
this
that
is-
chance for a
Well, you
while.
gotta think this is also the first time you've been like indoors in a. They have cots, but you're like great.
Is that roof good?
Yeah. Y'all. You know.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah. So
That's good
y'all
work,
get up the
some
next
work.
the first in the morning. Y'all wake up. Batoon grabs both of you guys. Goes, come, we've got work to finish. So he's like getting y'all to go help finish with the roof. They bring some breakfast in. It's okay. It's eggs are not cooked very good. Yeah, it's like and with that they get done. What as they are fixing the roof, what are you guys doing? Nottingham, what are you doing?
You know,
I'm
there's
gonna-
a
I'm gonna
noticeable
say a
difference
quick
between
prayer,
what we built
Okay.
here
And then I'm
and
gonna do
Look at the craftsmanship.
a little bit of a hand waving and an incantation, and some shadows are gonna swirl around me.
Okay, now what are you casting?
Mage armor.
Mage armor. Okay, so you begin to cast mage armor, and as you cast that, it's not shadows; it's light that comes up, and you see this paladin come down and put this breastplate on you, like this spectral paladin come down and put this breastplate on you. So you're like wearing this golden like thing, and it kind of shimmers and then disappears into like a shadowy essence, but it's definitely different. So y'all are kind of seeing this, like the same paladin you saw before comes out and like puts this on him.
Drake.
This is your turn.
Drake, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neat.
I'm gonna go look for work.
Okay. All right. So is that how long does that last for you?
8
8
hours.
hours.
Oh, wow.
But it's at will, so.
Yeah, just like on. Flame on.
Mage armor is a cantrip?
Not cantrip, at will.
Okay.
At will, no components.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
I'm probably headed back to talk to the captain of the guard.
Okay.
I'd
And
finish up and go help.
Alright.
I'll wait for them. to
So
finish.
y'all are doing that. You're gonna go look for work.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm not sure. I guess.
Do you want to go to the captain of the guard with them? Do you want to go with him to
Hell,
go
she
look
might
for
be
work?
finding the Thieves Guild.
Or do you just want to go do your own thing?
Probably
I
is.
think I'm gonna go with Golly because I don't want anything to do with this Thieves Guild stuff. It's not my problem. They're my people, but not really. I don't really want to deal
Yeah,
with this. I'm gonna need some convincing.
I'll
Yeah.
probably follow Golly out for the day.
Okay. All right. So y'all are gonna go talk to the guard, and then y'all are gonna go
Split the party. Split
do
the
something
party.
else. You're in
split the
town.
Party.
It's the worst thing that could happen.
First. It's okay.
Right. Okay. So let's start with the adventures of Gulliver.
Okay.
All right. So after breakfast, y'all go off on one side of town. Y'all are going off it. So where are you gonna head first?
I'm just gonna hit like taverns, brothels.
There are 3 in town. There is the Ruby Shield, the Exalted Dragon, and the Half-Full Flagon.
I like the idea of the half-full flagon.
Half-Full Flagon.
Sounds like
Okay.
my kind of place.
All right. So you go start heading over to the Half-Full Flagon. As you were walking through town, and you two are with him, y'all do pass by the Fox Armory, and you also pass by Griffin's Emporium, are 2 of the stores that you pass on the way. There's a light sleet in the air.
Okay.
Misty,
Yes.
cold, miserable. All right. So, do you want to stop at a shop or continue on to the half full flagon?
I have nothing to shop with.
Right.
So to the tavern.
What was the name of the
Besides my
the Emporium?
Griffin's Emporium. Griffin's Emporium. Okay.
Actually, is there a bank here in town?
Huh?
Is there a bank here in town?
Yes.
Can I
Maybe.
ride?
Well, it's more. They trade like currencies.
Okay. I was just wondering if I could get like a line of credit in my father's name. Since he is quite a big merchant.
he's
And,
he's kind of a big deal.
yeah, it's not bad.
So is he, to be fair.
Right.
Half full flagon, exalted dragon. What was the other?
Ruby Shield.
Ruby shield. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So you go to the half full flagon. So as you walk up, it's there's a couple of you've walked streets before. As soon as you walk to the half full flagon, you see some ruffians. You can just tell they're like. You can just tell by the look, the talk, what they're carrying. They've got like clubs, a couple of daggers on them. You know, they're spotting out marks. You know, of people coming, of travelers coming in. So you see, there's about 3 of them off to the side.
Are they specific to the half full flagon?
No, they're just near the half full flagon.
Okay.
They're hanging outside.
Possible thieves guild candidates.
That's
Right
nice.
there.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yes.
Move along.
As you go to this inn, it's a 2-story timber and brick building. Has several leaded glass windows. It looks really nice, cozy, quite cozy.
Excellent.
Um,
I'd like to find the barkeep.
All right, so you walk in, and as soon as you walk in, you smell what is like, oh wow, this is great. You smell like they're still cooking like eggs and it smells like bacon.
Oh,
So just
second
that
breakfast.
smell, you're just like, oh god, it's great. It's way better than the
typical halfling.
gruel that you had. You walk in, you quickly look over the room. You see there's 5 people in here
Okay.
plus the barkeep. So you see the barkeep, tall elf, dressed pretty well, wearing an apron and everything. He's got his hair pulled back, and he goes, greetings, good sir.
Ah, greetings. To whom do I have the pleasure
Uh,
of speaking?
Cunifer.
Cunifer. Gulliver Gordon Willikers.
Oh, glad to meet you. Glad to meet you. Yes.
I was wondering if your fine establishment was in need of any entertainment.
Oh, well, yes, that would be wonderful. We haven't had an entertainer in quite some time. They usually skip right over us and head over to the dragon
Oh, why?
or the shield. Well, that's just it's this side of town. It's just but we're glad to have you.
Oh.
Glad to have you. Yes. So,
Excellent.
when can you start?
I can start tonight.
Oh, perfect. We'll put you on the board. And he pulls out some chocolate. What is your name, good sir?
Gulliver Gordon Willikers.
Oh, and he writes up, and he has he's writing your name on the board in this pretty elvish script, but it's common, but it's pretty, He's
Right.
like, he goes,
Golly gee.
the gallant Gulliver G. Willikers will be performing here tonight, and he goes and he puts it by the door, and he's all saying, oh, that's wonderful, it's wonderful. 10% to the house, of course.
Of course. And 2 drinks for myself.
Oh yes, of course. What would you like? We have 3 options. We have stewed turnip, boiled beetroot, and of course boiled carrot. Which would you like?
No drinks for myself. Thank you.
Did you serve the family recipes? You might like them.
I'll try the beet juice.
Oh yes, boiled beetroot, and he pours you this cider, and he pulls onto you, and it smells bad.
Yeah.
And you take a sip, and you're like, quite alcoholic. Well,
It'll do.
It'll do. All right, so you have a couple of boiled beetroots, mug of cider.
Awesome.
So it works. It gets the job done.
Cool. Well, did you guys want to do anything else, or should we go find the rest of the group?
While he's doing stuff like whatever, can I wander outside and talk to those potential thieves?
There's 3 outside, and like I said, you got 5 people inside. So do you
Okay.
want to see the inside or outside?
Outside.
Outside. All right. So you go outside, and as soon as you walk outside, you look around, and they're not there. They have moseyed on.
Okay.
I mean, you look around. You look outside, and you're not like searching for them. You just look. Oh, they're gone. Do you want to like search for them?
Can I yell something in thieves' can't?
It's more like these games. More like signs.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
These
Can I angrily
Can,
sign
can I
something?
yell my sign language?
I didn't know. I
Fish Camp
was,
is like.
I was always told it was like talking. Sorry.
Well,
It
you
is.
can.
It's a combination.
speaking like we're speaking,
Okay.
but using words that only thieves would know.
Yeah.
Have
Okay.
double.
It's also like
meanings.
recognize, like you know, in
okay.
Skyrim, how you have like the marks outside buildings that tell you
Right.
like where you can.
I'm gonna say that it is a talk and a
Yeah.
chant as well as writing and signs. It's kind of a they've got to have multiple ways to communicate
Yeah.
with each other
Mhm.
to give each other signs and signals and stuff. So, do you want to try to yell that out? I mean, it's kind of a
I'm not gonna do
you can.
that. No.
I mean, you
don't
can
know. I
investigate,
just-
search around, try to find
can I
them.
investigate.
Yeah, if you want
Okay,
to.
cool. Yeah. 18.
Huh?
18.
Okay. All right. So you look around and you look in the back alley and you see looks. Yeah, there's actually someone like passed out in the alley.
They might just be a drunk. I guess for now, we'll go back in with Golly.
All right, so you go back inside. All right. So you see someone pass out in the alley. Okay, whatever. You go back inside. All right. So Golly and Nottingham, what do y'all want to do? So you're just walking around with your like shimmering.
Fancy.
I mean, I say we go find the rest of the group now that I've secured employment, unless the two of you want to look forward.
Nottingham?
Sounds
I'm
like
good.
a good plan. We might see if the others had any luck.
Okay. All right. All right. So y'all start kind of walking over. All right. So fast forward or rewind. Actually, go back over to you guys. So y'all are heading over to the guardhouse.
Is Batoon going with us?
Yes, Batoon's with you. So Batoon's walking with you again. A lot of people actually make a couple rolls real quick.
I'll ask him. I say, Batoon, the guard captain is a skittish man. Would you mind just for a few moments to just hang out outside the door
No.
so that
Batoon comes in.
He looks at you and goes, "No, that's okay. I'll sit outside."
Thank you.
You sure, Batoon?
I will let you know when to come in, but it's hard enough to get the guard captain to keep his cool, keep his calm.
No, I understand. I'll be outside. I'll keep watch.
Thank you, Batoon. I appreciate it.
Batoon, you the Minotaur.
I'm the only one. So he stands outside as y'all go
He's
inside.
got a point there.
All right, so y'all go inside and
Saying you the man doesn't really make sense to him, though, does it?
right. Okay. All right, so you walk in, you find Bashir. He doesn't have his armor on yet. He's just got his clothes on. You can see like his studded leather vest, like off to the side.
Still morning.
It's still morning. He's getting ready to have it. He's actually having his breakfast. He's got like it's like biscuit and some type of eggs, and so he's having that this morning and drinking his cider. And he goes, "Oh, did you get well rested? Y'all look much better. Look, you're not blue. Very good, sir. Did you just wash it off? Or?
No, I did a few favors around the town.
Oh,
Not those types of favors.
whatever's your business, good
Just a
sir.
few stonework.
The priestess, Lady Kiana,
Yes.
fixed him.
Oh, she's good at that. She's good people.
She is. We need to have a talk this morning.
Of course. I expect a full report. So what did you find out? Now, good sir, y'all said y'all saw something more on the road.
So, we were. Do you know of Gravelwood?
Gravel Woods.
Small gnomish village in the
Does he
Ironwood.
have a map?
Famous for the mead.
No, I can't say that I have.
Does he have like a map table?
Yeah. So you
I'll,
can
Right.
I'll go mark it on the map
Here.
table for him.
Well,
in the Onwood. I mean, no, that place is haunted.
it's
Uh,
right.
Not so
anyway,
haunted.
they make really good meat.
Where is this going?
it's great.
Put it this way: they were attacked by orcs. We killed the orcs. We
Or
followed.
paladins.
Right. We followed. Right. We followed one that escaped, and then he had friends. One of which was our mate Platoon, actually. They did us over quite well, and we were captured and taken to this camp in the mountains.
Where was this camp?
Show on map.
Gravelstone.
Yeah. Okay. You're gonna need to roll pretty high on that because
Or can I get Batoon to tell them?
he's not here. So you,
Well, can I?
Batoon
he
is outside,
knows.
but
Batoon knows. Batoon-
does he?
Does he?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Roll survival check. Let me see if you even can find it on the map.
Okay. Nope.
Mind if I roll?
what's your survival?
Nope.
You can try it. See if you remember.
+2.
Nope.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 5, you rolled a 6.
Roll yours again.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. All right.
It was a week or so's journey back.
While they're talking,
Mhm.
I still have my map, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna step outside and ask Batoon if he can show me on this map where Gravelstone is.
He marks on the map for you.
Yeah.
So me and the captain are still having this discussion.
Yeah, so while they're
He's
outside,
walked
yeah.
So
I just quietly come
I
back inside
imagine
and mark
my
it.
comrade will find the spot on the map, but about a week's journey and then into the mountains up quite high. There is a camp with hundreds
Hundreds.
of
Bless you.
hobgoblins, orcs, 2 dragons, wargs, led by a hobgoblin warlord by the name of
Azar Cool.
Azar Cool.
What do you want me to do about this?
Distinctly were speaking about places they were to attack en route to the Citadel. This city is on that list.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I need to get word to the Citadel as quickly as possible.
Well, yes, we can send a rider.
I would also care to send a rider to the next closest Silver Knights base encampment
Mm-hmm.
to know why we haven't been seen here.
No, this won't do. We'll
If you provide me a horse, I'll be the rider.
No, if it take too long. If they're marching, as you said,
They
or
weren't
preparing.
They weren't marching as of yet, but I can't make any guarantees as to how long that will be.
All right, no, this isn't going to work. So, listen, we need to go speak with Bali. See if she has any magical means to communicate the Citadel. She may. Dwarf friend as you are. But yeah, go see Bali.
I would, with absolute certainty, recommend that you begin calling up your militia, arming who you can.
Well, we will defend the town, but we cannot take that type of an
How
assault.
many guards do you have or militia in your service?
60?
60's a respectable militia.
Doesn't stand up against 2 dragons, though, does it?
No, we can
Not
defend the
much
town.
does.
Not against 2 dragons.
Well, we'll do our best.
Do you have ballista and heavy armaments you can put along the walls?
Ballista? No. No. We never needed that before.
They're doomed.
We have archers. So we'll tell you what. We'll work on defenses and we'll get with Bali. Go see Bali.
Captain, before we go, I have something else to speak with you about.
Yes.
I'm gonna head outside the platoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lady Kiana was able to help us bring our gnome
Oh,
friend back.
really? That's quite
Yes.
wonderful.
She asked a favor though.
Yes.
She asked for us to help deal with the Thieves Guild problem here in town.
Oh, that would be a tremendous help to the town.
I need any information that you have.
I know there's not many of them. There's only a handful. At least that's what we believe. And I do know that, well,
Any idea on numbers? Are we talking a dozen?
oh no, I don't believe it. I think it's a small knit crew. I had an investigator on their trail, but unfortunately he was brutally murdered.
Can you give me any more information about how, or maybe anything that would point us in a direction?
No, he was just stabbed several times, but I will tell you something interesting that we did find. And he opens up his desk and he pulls out this sword, and it's like bent over, broken. It's like, I don't understand this, but this was his sword, and it's like he hit it up against a wall. It's like, look at it.
I assume I've been around swords quite a bit.
I mean, it's like bent and like cracked over, like it shouldn't have.
Just swinging a sword and hitting it against the wall doesn't do that.
It'd have to hit up against something that just would not move.
Is there was there other damage on it? Like he was in a fight, or does it look like it was a one swing and done thing?
Roll investigation.
Investigation is that's +1. 5.
No, you're not really putting it together.
Does it look? Does the rest of it just look still sharpened?
Yeah, everything looks
Blunted?
fine. It just looks like it hit something it couldn't handle. It wouldn't cut.
Oh, I'll stick my head back in.
You're not in there.
No, I'm gonna stick my head back in because I thought of something outside.
Oh.
Captain, if it's not too much to ask, do you perchance have a spare axe and shield that I could hold on to whilst I'm in town? I seem to have had mine stolen by those orcs.
We might be able to pull something together for you.
Cheers, Captain.
Do you have any leads on where the Thieves Guild may congregate, where they've been seen?
No, I mean, of course they're going to be the Half-Full Flagon, that side of town will be a place to look. It's the seedier side of town, but the thing is that they're hitting all over. I mean, we've had all the inns have had problems. The Ruby Shield has had problems. The Exalted Dragon has had problems.
Are they
Every shop in town has recorded things
they-
missing.
okay? So they're only stealing. They're not shaking the.
No, it's mainly stealing. In fact, only stealing.
Does it happen at night?
Yes. People just come in and things are just gone. For the longest time, we didn't know what it was, but we had to assume until my investigator found tracks outside one of the houses, and he reported it, and then came out the next night to investigate, and then that's...
What house was that?
Oh, it was just 4 houses behind the Exalted Dragon.
Okay. Thank you, Captain. I appreciate it. I'm going to start investigating this, and if I need any more information or if I come up with any leads, I'll come to you. If I need men one night, can I count on at least some of the militia?
Well, yes, I mean, the militia will be around town if you need to just let them know. I'll let them know to look for you.
Thank you, Captain. And I'll shake his hand and
Okay.
head out.
Before he leaves, he tells his guard to give your friends a couple of axes. Shields we don't have, but axes we can give you. So both of y'all have some battle axes.
Thank you.
for me.
Thank you, Captain. I
Yes.
sincerely appreciate it.
The dwarf is happy.
I've got an axe.
Okay, so DM.
Yes.
Just making sure I got all of my information correct. It's only a small crew. The investigator was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
The sword of the investigator is bent and broken,
Mm-hmm.
and the last lead was 4 houses behind the Exalted Dragon.
Right.
Okay. Was there anything I missed there? Okay.
No.
I'm just making sure
Oh,
I
you
got
got
it
it.
written
You
down.
got it. Okay. All right. So as y'all are coming out, you see the rest of your crew coming up forward. They're walking uptown. It's midday, lunch or so. What do y'all want to do?
Lunch?
Yeah.
In exchange information or receive information. Well, over lunch.
Over lunch.
Okay.
The last time I was in town, I stayed at the Half-Full Flagon.
Oh,
And
yes, I have an engagement there tonight. It will be good to know the space.
Excellent. I seem to remember the bartender. His name was an elvish man.
Yes, I met him. What's his name?
Did you happen to catch his name?
Califer. Curifer. Curifer.
Curifer.
What is it?
Curifer.
Curifer.
Yes. Curopher.
Uropher.
Yes, Curifer. Yes. I'm gonna find 3 similar rocks so that I can at least juggle tonight.
You don't even have an
Don't
instrument.
have an instrument.
Yes, he does. He has an air guitar.
That's right.
That's right. Okay. All right. All right. So y'all go back to the Half-Full Flagon.
I'll head right up to the bar and address him. Curifer, my friend.
Oh, hello. Welcome. One of the Silver Knights. Always welcome here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We were hoping for some lunch.
Oh, yes. We're having, I think I'm cooking up some trout today. It's roasted trout.
That sounds excellent.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
And I'll
Would you like a
gesture
drink
back
while you
towards-
wait?
Sure.
What would you like? I have stewed turnip, boiled beetroot, and of course a boiled carrot, cider. Of
The
course,
beef
also.
one's not as bad as you think it is.
Just say, beat it is,
I-
and we have a larger friend with us as well who would care for some as well.
Okay.
Can he fit in here or is
Yeah,
he
yeah,
outside?
he can get in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's got to tuck
Yeah,
in and get in.
and
All right.
I'll gesture back
Oh, well,
towards.
well, how many drinks for you, sir?
7.
7. Yes. Okay. Well, that would be a 14 copper. Here you go.
I'll 14. I'll put
100 gold is 100 coppers of
Yeah.
gold. So you
Oh.
you need to break this down.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of funds.
Start a tab.
I'll put a gold piece on the
Oh well,
on
thank
the
you.
counter
Thank you.
and just running tab. Let me know when that's.
Yeah, sure. 1 gold. 1 gold. Yes.
Thank you, my friend, and
Right.
it's a pleasure seeing you again. I know
That's
it's been some time, but
Right.
I actually have a question for you. And I kind of look around. Any of those seedy guys look like they're hanging out in here?
What CD guys?
I'm asking you. I'm looking for them.
Who you asking?
I'm asking the DM.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
You're good. Does
Yes,
it look,
I am
like,
the DM now.
Does it look like any of those seedy guys are hanging around here?
There are 5 people in the bar.
Do any of them resemble the guys that we saw earlier?
You did not see those guys.
Ah, I apologize.
Right.
Never mind.
There are 5 people in the bar.
What do they look like?
You have a male human, a female human, a male elf, a female halfling, and a female dwarf.
Any of them look unseemly?
They look like people.
Roll insight.
Sure, give me insight. Who are we going to check out? I'm not going to give it a catch-all. You've got male human, male elf, female halfling, female dwarf.
male human.
Male human. All right, go for it.
Insight is +3, 15.
Okay. He has silver hair, brown eyes, older gentleman, simple clothing.
Okay.
He's got some tools hanging from his belt.
Like farmer's tools, carpenter's tools.
Carpenter's tools.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean across the bar and kind of motion.
Yeah. Yes. He's cleaning them up. Yes.
I've been given to understand that there's some thieves guild activity in town.
Muff. Yes. That's.
You wouldn't happen to have any information about that, would you? I already gave him a gold piece.
You should have asked and then given the gold piece.
Give me an investigation check on it.
Investigation is 16.
No troubles here.
Insight.
No,
Roll.
I can do something. I know I can. Ear for deceit.
Huh?
Can I do ear for deceit?
Yes, you can.
All right. Okay. So
15 insight. 14 insight on
Let me
him.
check her.
Yeah, sure it's gonna be higher.
yeah. So 23.
Absolutely lying.
Absolutely. This is lying.
Wait, this is the barkeep?
Yeah.
You remember earlier the captain of the guard mentioned the other 2 bars, but not this one?
I noticed that as well.
I
Yeah.
thought he mentioned this. I thought he
No.
mentioned all of them.
Nope.
Okay. I'll take and put another gold piece on the counter
Okay.
and say, Kura, for my friend. I know it's been a while, but surely you must know something.
Roll persuasion.
That's bad. Do I have advantage for the gold piece?
No.
Dang. Persuasion is going to be a 7.
No, I'm sorry. I don't like to talk about these things. It's just you'll have your fish ready, and no trouble.
No
Barkeep.
trouble, of course.
Um,
And I'll head back to the
No.
table and grab his shoulder and just walk with him. And
Okay.
just pull you off before you say anything to him.
we have a Minotaur. We can get him to say what we want.
Not like this.
Can I get one of those gold pieces back when he's not looking?
No, they're in his hands. I mean.
All right. He hadn't earned
No
it.
trouble. I paid him. Like,
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So while y'all are at the table, you've gone. Golliver, what do you want to do?
I was thinking about trying to run game on the female halfling
Okay.
so that I have a warm place to sleep tonight.
Get it.
Bards.
Nope.
Okay.
Roll seduction.
How's she look?
All
What
right.
does she look like?
She has a long face, brown hair, sharp hazel eyes, simple clothing. You do know she has a pewter amulet that looks nice.
Ooh. Is that any
Um,
particular thing?
Huh?
The amulet? Is it like a sigil that I can see?
No, it's like a piece of art. This looks pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Usually be the one that's the head of things.
give me a religion check.
You are correct, and we're gonna keep an eye on that.
That's why in
That's
our pocket.
Exactly.
14?
That's why I don't do it.
I really want to shake.
Well, that's what we're trying to stop.
Being captured and a prisoner for a while.
That's what we're trying to
Runs
stop.
one patient short when one's home's under threat.
Okay. Yes, you do notice that it is a religious symbol
Okay.
of Leviatar, is the goddess of pain.
Oh.
To them.
The goddess of
Alright. Got some pain. Yeah, I'll walk up with a beet juice on his tab. And
yeah.
I got it.
set it down in front of her. And introduce myself.
Well, hello, sir. How do I have the pleasure of meeting?
Gulliver Gordon Willikers at your service.
Oh, wait, I saw your name on this sign. You're
Yes,
performing
I'm
tonight.
performing here tonight. Will you be in attendance?
Oh, well. Persuasion?
Quite. 25.
Oh, I wasn't planning on it, but now that I've met you in person, how could I resist?
And what's your name?
Oh, Joanne.
Joanne. Nice to meet you, Joanne. Tell me, are you local?
Yes, of course.
Oh.
Born and raised.
Excellent. This is my first time in this quaint little town.
You should come back more often, good
I
sir.
would love to. And other flirtatious things as well.
Shortcut. Let me roll to see if I get this.
Yes.
But yeah, ultimately I would like to charm her with my ways.
All right.
And if that doesn't work,
Roll
I am ready to wing girl.
A wing girl.
You can be my wing
Are you
girl
up there with
anytime.
him?
I'm gonna let him do his thing first. Like, I'm not gonna just like.
Right.
So
But while he's performing, I could
I
sit
was
down and
gonna
be like,
really
"Ooh, man, he has got the and the woo and the thing."
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll get to that. But so as you're talking to her, she's going to say, well, tell me about your adventures, good sir. You're well traveled.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I've been all over the north. I've seen a great many things, fought a dragon even.
Did you now? Oh,
yes.
So you're quite the fighter.
I am proficient in many areas.
Oh, you are. Did you come in with that group?
Yes, those are all my friends.
Oh. Yes. Hi.
Just waiting for the table.
Hi. She's looking over. Y'all see she's looking over. He goes,
My back is to her.
I'm not looking
facing,
at her.
I'm facing away.
would you be interested in work?
Oh, work. What kind of work?
I have a problem that needs to be taken care of.
Oh, what sort of problem?
The
I love solving problems.
there's a local person here I would much like to see not here anymore.
Oh, I'm one of those problems.
Yes.
I see. Ooh.
I would pay well, and
Oh.
if you could be discreet. He's quite an unsavory chap. He's wronged me, and I do wish him ill.
Who is this chap?
He looks Garcia.
Cassia.
Yes,
Can
Garcia.
I hear this?
Do I know who
No.
Cassia is?
Do I hear this? No.
Yeah. Well, you might be dropping some eaves. So yeah, give me let's see. I'll give you an investigation check, just because.
It's an 8.
No.
Tell me about Cassia.
Well, I could tell you all the worst, but he's quite a horrible chap, and he looks and goes, you can't see it now because of time has passed, but he was quite abusive towards me,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and I just
Halfling? Human?
human.
One of those.
She's a dwarf.
Halfling.
No, she's a halfling. Okay, sorry.
One of those.
Yes.
I used to try to work for him, but
Oh,
so
what manner of
abusive.
work?
Huh?
What line of work?
Well, just running errands, but he runs several people in town work for him, and
Oh.
he's quite rude and just a horrible chap. The town would be better without him.
I see. What does Cassia do?
He. What's the best way to say it?
now, it's just us. You can tell us.
Well, it's, He just, well, makes people do things because he has control over them.
Control over them?
Yes.
Magical control?
Yes. More. It's more psychological, I would say. It's just.
Psychological.
He's a bard.
Where might I find Gosea?
Oh well, he normally is at the Ruby Shield. You see him there.
The Ruby Shield.
He works out of there sometimes.
All right. Behind the bar?
Huh?
Behind the bar?
No, back corner. You'll find him.
Okay.
He always wears this scarlet shirt and this. You can't miss him.
I'll look into it.
No, I would pay very well. How many gold pieces for your service, good sir, and your friends? Just one person. Just one.
We could probably see to the disappearance of Gosea for the lowly sum of 500 gold.
I'll give you half up front.
Very well.
Which
Like it's a quarter.
So, I'll give you half up front, but do I have your word and your friend's word that you can get this done?
Well, I will need to look into this individual, and if I find myself, if I find that he is beyond our skill, then I will return your fee.
How soon can I expect this to be taken care
I
of?
will go and look into him today.
Oh, okay. Well, tell you what, go and find out if you can, and if you can, then I will give you half, and then once you do it, I'll give you the other half.
Acceptable.
So,
Shake on it.
shake on it. Okay. So, all right.
I'm drinking.
So
and-
while he's doing that, Nottingham, what are you doing?
I've just been amusingly watching him work
Okay.
his game.
He's just watching his game.
Yeah, yeah. And like, not subtle about it. When she looked over, I'm just kind of sitting there. Just observing.
He may look older now. Still
Like, I gave her a little
11.
wave when she looked over. It was.
Oh. You will.
He's still a
Did
boondoggle.
Layla shoot him a rotten look?
no.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Me?
Nottingham. Yeah.
Sure. Ooh. 5.
Layla, give me a perception check.
All right. 10.
Nope. All right. So moving right along, what are you doing, Randor? Enjoying your lunch?
Yes.
So he brings out the trout. It's on rice. Everybody enjoys it. He brings a double portion for the Minotaur. He's like, Batoon, I just figured you would want more. So that's 5 copper times 8 meals. So yeah. All right. Okay.
What is the tab at right now?
Well, with the gold that you gave him, you still got 144 copper.
Okay.
So there's 3 people left that we haven't really like talked to or anything, right?
Well, there's 3. There's one that you looked at that you figure's a carpenter. There's the one that you told. Then there's 3 other people in the bar.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I roll to investigate just to kind of like look him over a little bit
Which
harder?
one? You've got a female human, a male elf, and a female dwarf.
Okay, since the bartender is a liar and an elf, I'm gonna check this elf out.
Okay.
All right. So investigation
Yes.
9.
All right. She has silver hair, brown eyes.
I thought it was a male elf.
Female.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So silver hair, brown eyes. You can tell her clothing is expensive. She's wearing some type of holy symbol. Looks like around her neck. Looks ornate. And you also notice that like sitting there, she seems to be like feeding something under the table, like throwing scraps or something like she has some type of pet with her.
Okay.
That interests you because you don't see what's down there. You're just like you just see her like throwing stuff down there.
Okay.
Is the dwarf wearing anything that I would recognize, like clan or location, like anything that I noticed?
You look over her, and most of y'all didn't realize it, but it's a female.
You said as much.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
y'all,
yeah, the dwarves know.
yeah, right, y'all. Oh, that's
It's the beads.
right,
Yeah.
right.
It's
Um,
much more feminine.
She has a
than
longer
your
face, craftsman. You can tell just looking over and seeing the smudges of soot and stuff. She's some type of blacksmith, weaponsmith, something like that. She definitely is working with metal.
Alright.
So, and she's just in there, just having her cider and eating fish. Just lunch break.
You want to go and see if she can make us some personal weapons?
Mate, if we're going back to the Citadel, I've got an axe. I'm good.
Y'all both have axes.
All right.
No armor or shields or anything, but you got your axes.
Have you rejoined us at this table?
Probably.
Okay. I'm gonna.
I know he's still over there. I'm kind of going around seeing what everyone's doing while he's having that conversation.
Okay.
What are you,
I'm
Randor? What are
drinking
you?
and chatting with Platoon.
What are you doing?
Same.
Y'all just sitting there chatting with the
Are
team.
the 5 people together? As a group,
They're all spread out.
All individual. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, gotcha.
While I eat, just keeping a watchful eye on Curifer,
Mm-hmm.
and as he approaches with the tray and as he leaves,
Gotcha.
I want to see if there's anything amiss or any identifying features that I can see on him, any telling amulets or telling holy symbols or any markings on him.
You can
anything
give
like
me
that.
just a investigation check on it. We've been using that a lot tonight.
Yeah.
It's the stat of the night.
Nope.
Or
He's just a working.
yep.
He's a working.
Awfully long.
All right.
Robe he's
So
wearing.
y'all finish up lunch. Gulliver comes back and joins you. So what do y'all want to do from here?
The lady that I spoke to over there is named Joanne. She offered a contract on a resident here in town
What?
named Gosea. Apparently he's quite a bad fellow.
And you agreed to kill
No,
someone?
I sure didn't. I said I would look into it, and then I would agree.
I literally
I
do
don't
not
make
know.
promises I don't intend to keep.
One, alright, first off, I haven't either. Second off, I literally have no idea what to say to that.
He could be a link to the Thieves Guild. We have to find
Could
them.
be a link to the Thieves Guild.
Seems nice enough.
He's
put it
clearly
out.
linked to the Thief Guild, I say as I point directly at the bartender.
And I swat your hand down. That is probably correct.
Yeah.
I'm a dwarf. I don't really care about subtlety at the moment. Sorry.
Killing me, Smalls.
Also,
You're
Dwarf.
killing me, Smalls.
also dwarf.
Okay.
Yes. So that's what I did. What have you guys been doing?
what you agreed to murder someone.
I didn't agree.
For money.
I said I would look into it. She didn't say murder. She just said that she didn't want him to be around anymore. I think we'd accomplish that without murder.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, maybe you convince him to come with us too.
See?
He can leave town with us.
We've already made one friend.
Does Batoon raise a glass to that?
Curifer, what do you know about this Gosea person?
He works over at the Ruby Shield mainly. Mainly stays out here, thankfully.
What does he do for you?
Thankfully.
Yes, he has several people that he has in his employment. Information gatherers mainly.
Whispers.
Can I hear of deceit on that?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Okay, 16.
That seems truthful.
Okay.
What do you know about him personally?
Huh?
What do you know about him personally? You sounded relieved that he doesn't frequent your establishment.
I have enough problems around here without him being in here as well.
So he's a problem.
Generally seen to as problem, yes.
Treats people quite badly, from what I understand.
That's what I've heard.
Yes. Would be a shame if something were to happen to him.
Would it?
That's what I was wondering.
Would it?
Insight? Nine?
He seems genuine in his comment.
Yeah. I cannot be party to this.
But I don't have to save him either. I'm just gonna go have an extra long rest.
I've got plenty to do on my plate. And I've got a big hammer.
Right. Okay. All right.
Plus the town's
So.
guard.
All right. So y'all, what do y'all want to do? Moving into the afternoon, storm's kicking in. It's getting cold. Snow's starting to pile up outside.
The town gate's still closed. Town guard still on alert.
Guard.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
I will go and actually walk along the walls to have a look at their stonework.
All right. So we're gonna move to the night. So at night, you're gonna go help patrol.
I was just gonna walk along the walls and see their stonework and see how solid their defenses were.
All right. So we're moving to the night.
Because I don't really have much interest in being a murder hobo, and
You're not a hobo if you're getting paid for it.
fair point. But I'm not really into that
All right.
sort of
So
thing.
you're gonna go look at the walls. What are you gonna do?
What is the Minotaur doing?
He's just hanging out at the bar. He's enjoying. He's drinking a lot of cedar.
I mean, to be fair,
Cider?
he's
Cider.
to be
Cider.
fair, he's not
He's
asleep.
drinking
at
trees.
point in
Huh?
time.
He's drinking trees.
He's part beaver apparently.
He's not enslaved at this point in time.
No,
So
no,
things
he's-
are he's got food.
He's
got
enjoying himself at the end. Yeah.
It's warm.
Right.
Yeah, I'll join
How much-
Dane just so. he
So y'all
doesn't
gonna
by
both
himself.
go to
How
the
much,
wall?
how much is a room here on the night?
You're looking at 10 silver. No, sorry, copper. 10
Say
copper.
10 copper. Say 10 silver's a gold piece.
Huh?
I'll get a room here
You
tonight.
can't get a room here tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
For
come down
everyone?
around dinner.
Does everybody want a room?
Golly show. For dinner, I'm gonna post up. in the
Does
bar
everybody want
corner.
rooms here, or?
Yes.
Just to save money, you could share.
Okay, so
How many
One,
people
two,
will a room accommodate?
well, you can usually get 2 to a room.
Is it one bed per room though?
Well, we have singles and doubles, so
We don't
Okay.
take up much space.
Well,
you can probably get half the party in one room.
Yeah.
It's like Dragon Gun.
Clearly gets his own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Minotaur gets a room.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 2 rooms for the rest of the
I would
party.
hope a room is covered with my entertainment.
No, I was hoping no.
No?
Sorry. You wanna?
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Of course, if you, I'll be glad to have you, sir.
Thank you.
So,
Why you to tell me about the Thieves Guild?
that's a different conversation.
Staying with him.
Huh?
I'm staying with him.
Alright, so 1 room for the dwarves, y'all's room is free, so 10, 20, 30 copper total. That's a cheap room.
That's a really cheap room.
Yeah, it's a cheap room. And you get in here and you realize why it's a cheap room, because y'all are staying at the worst place in town.
I remember being nicer than this.
Huh? That's all relative.
Better
for-
than slavery.
Right? It's way better than the orc
Not when you
cave.
slave for the month.
He
For
got
dinner,
less kickings for that.
I'm gonna post up in the back of the room where I can see Golly and keep an eye on Corifer.
Okay. Alright, so y'all are getting rooms. You're going to be performing tonight. Y'all are walking the wall. What are you doing at night?
I'm posted up, keeping an eye on.
You're posted up
Corifer
in there. What are
for
you
now.
doing outside in the bar? Outside the bar, what are you doing? It's
I'm
nighttime.
just in the bar watching.
Go.
people.
You're just in the bar. Minotaur is also. Petunia's. Nottingham, what are you doing?
I want to be sitting by myself, someone in the bar, and I'm going to cast Minor Illusion on my belt. And
Okay.
there's gonna be a big fat coin purse.
Ooh,
Like,
try to.
real big.
Ooh, the lure. The lure.
Yeah. Also, where I can keep an eye on that.
Okay, alright, I like the lure.
And I'm gonna
Okay.
be trying to pay attention as inconspicuously as possible.
Point of order.
Okay.
Did you fill me in on the ruffians that you saw coming into town?
Yes.
Okay. Can I ask you to maybe post up outside and keep an eye out for
Yes.
them?
It's really cold and snowy outside.
She
I have
has.
a really nice.
She does.
Really? She
God.
actually has things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's 2 people here who actually kept their items from Gravel Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
So,
has
you,
the-
So sure.
so you want
Coat
to
of
post out?
winter or something like
Yeah,
that.
the bunny, the cloak of bunnies.
Yeah.
Winter.
Now is that
The winter hair.
Is
yeah.
that
Keep an
cloak
eye out
white?
for those guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she can just
Thank you,
like.
man.
Yeah,
You got
it's
it.
like
I
yeah, she
appreciate
just
it.
disappears
Old
in
man,
the snow.
I got you.
All right, so you're outside. You're watching. You're setting a minor illusion trap. You're performing. Y'all are outside on the wall. All right, so real quick, we're gonna run through this. Gulliver, give me a performance check. There's about 8 more people that come in for the night. Different people,
16.
townsfolk. Okay. So what are you doing? What's your performance?
Doing a bit of juggling, a bit of storytelling. Using,
What story are you telling?
I'll go into the Devils of the Arnwood story that I developed for Gravel.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course,
that's
yes.
fun.
All right, so
It's
you
a
give
new
them.
classic. That's what I'm
It's
calling
a
it.
rousing tale of the Devils of the Arnwood, and they all love it. And at the end, when they ask to tip, let's see, you had a few people come up. Well, I mean, they tip very well. About 10 gold.
Oh,
I mean, that was a lot. Now, of course,
Yeah.
1 is going to go back to Kerfa, so
Right.
9 gold will be.
That's
you'll
better
take.
than none.
Right. 9! So, is your 9. So, as he's performing all of that, give me a perception check, Nottingham.
I am also keeping an eye on Nottingham.
Give me a perception check.
7.
Oh yeah.
16.
Okay. From across the room, you look and you take a step. You see a small like rat running across the room, which is not uncommon. You've seen about 7 since you've been here. 3 in your room. But this one runs up and gets right up on the chair that he's sitting in, and goes up and starts sniffing at the pouch and puts its hand through the pouch, shakes its head, and then starts running around the room.
I'm gonna. Where does it go?
It's like it's
Does it go to a person?
no, it's like it's running towards the door.
Towards the door? Okay. I'm going to get up and head towards the door as well. Hopefully make it to the door around the same time it does,
Okay.
so that I can discreetly see
Woo.
which direction it goes.
All right. Give me a acrobatics or athletics check, whichever is best, because this thing is scurrying.
Yeah, athletics is +5. I'm gonna do that one. 18.
All right. So you actually move and you get to the door right as it does. So it's trying to scurry under the door. So what do you want to try? Are you going to try to stop it?
Yeah, I wanna just either step on its tail to stop it,
Okay.
or catch it, whichever one I can.
All right. Again, we're gonna do whichever's better, athletics or acrobatics. To try, you're basically gonna try to grapple the rat when you try to step on it. Okay. All right.
Is it an opposed check?
Yeah.
Oh.
Halfling luck.
That is so handy.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That's gonna be a 13.
You go to step on it, it like jumps to the side, like it was expecting it, and he looks up and he goes, and then it's like he runs out.
Hammer. Hammer.
Roll initiative.
Oh wow.
21.
Oh,
Yes, you do.
It's flat.
All right, roll.
Or do you
Plus
want
5.
alternative?
16.
All right, give me a second.
It would be one-handed, so it's only a D8.
Rats have like 2 hit points.
Well,
Which I rolled an 8 on. So
plus strength.
plus 3. So 11.
Missed.
Barkeep, you need rat for your stew.
Special on the house tonight. Rat stew.
Didn't know we were in pest control.
Oh no, I have something for this.
There's no thieves guild. It's just an infestation of kleptomaniac rats.
How much damage did you do?
11.
Okay.
I can. Yeah, no, 11. That's fine.
All right. All right. So
Divine
you go and hit it with the hammer. Now, which hammer is this that you're using?
My silvered hammer.
I just and I wasn't that. Well, how much is it? One-handed or two-handed?
One-handed.
One-handed. How much damage did you do?
11.
Oh, good lord! All right. So you hit the rat, and it cracks, and it like goes through the floor, and you look down. Give me a quick perception check.
Oh yeah.
17.
All right. You look down, and the rat looks up. He goes, and it runs like under the floor, like he's like running out the steps outside of like trying to get away.
Kick the door open. Are you immediately outside the door?
As far as I know.
Yeah. Kick
Okay.
the door open, grab Layla, and say, "Follow that rat."
All right. Perception check.
Okay.
What rat?
15.
You see the rat. You see the rat running, and as soon as it looks back, as he goes. As it's running across. So what do you want to do? Quick action.
Can
You see
I just get my bow and
your
shoot
crossbow
her?
and just shoot it.
No, I don't want to. Let's see. Hold on. A short bow because I don't want to use one of my bolts.
Okay, just pull out your bow and shoot at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Be quick shot. Go for it.
Okay. So what do I?
That roll d20 plus your dex plus proficiency.
Oh, Jesus. What? Okay. So
That.
what? That. What is this?
d20 plus dex plus proficiency.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Then you can
so-
sneak it.
Oh, I rolled a natural 20.
Okay. Well, there you go. All right. So when it turns its head and it hits, it's like you're like. You take the shot, the arrow goes and hits in its head, and the arrow splits around the rat, and it doesn't hurt it.
Can I catch it? Like, can I catch up?
No,
to it?
it's running. At this point, hang on, it's his turn. Your weapon was not effective.
Huh?
Your weapon was not effective.
If you use a crossbow, you're alright.
No, I mean I get it. I'm just like shocked.
I'm just like, dang. All right, so it is going to.
Oh, I can catch it.
It's gonna. Oh, it's running. It's going crazy. All right, so it's gonna run across and try to go up under a deck of the house across the street. So it's running. You see it. He's just moving.
Yeah. I have a ring of jump.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I can catch it.
All right. So you want to move and run and jump?
Yeah.
All right.
I want to get up to him.
Give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
22.
Yep. You get up to him. So right before he gets the deck,
Hammer
hammer time. Okay.
2 hands?
is 12 plus 5 is 17.
Yeah, it hits.
That's gonna be that and Divine Smite, which is radiant damage.
Yes, it is.
What?
Oh dear.
It is. Oop, that was a 1. So that's 10. Actually,
Oh, you have-
hold-
yeah.
one second.
That's great weapon fighting.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
Great weapon fighting. I think I have to swing two-handed for great weapon fighting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's gonna be 10 plus 3 is 13.
And how much did you do before?
11 before.
So how much have you done total?
24.
Okay. So you come down and smack it, and it's like.
I wanted to hit, and then while it's on the ground, have that divine flash.
Yeah, it flashes. So this light goes off, and all right. And then on his turn, he turns into this giant were-rat.
Oh! Damn straight it does.
All right.
Has anyone else heard this commotion?
I mean, I would assume we saw him smack the floor.
What's your AC?
That's
And then
just
run out the
being
door.
crazy.
Unless you
'Cause
were
I have a
really
shield.
entertaining.
I was really entertaining.
Maybe I'm just
At least I think
distracted.
I was.
All right. So it comes down, and it's like grabbing. It goes claw, and both those he grabs on top of the shield, and he's like reaches over the shield to try to bite at you, and he's big and you pull back right as those teeth are clamping right there. This
Yeah.
ROUS.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all are. He's on your shield at this point, reaching over. You see this rat thing come up. You're like, ah! I mean, this thing looks nasty.
Right.
And he's like, ah! So what do you want to do? So
Now,
Nadian, you saw this happen too. So
Yep.
I'll let you run outside and you see what is that.
Well, as soon as possible, I'd like to cast a spell on it.
All right, so both of you guys roll initiative real quick. I know what he's going at.
Do the dwarves hear it?
No, y'all are on the other side of town.
16.
20.
Okay,
Not
so
natural.
you get to go first, and then you go, and then the rat.
Okay.
So.
But
Do I go before
I
the
don't
rat?
have magical stuff, right? So my stuff's not working.
No.
I want to see
What did you
it
roll?
work.
What was your initiative?
22.
Yeah, yeah. But
21?
you went.
21.
Because
You went.
Rat
Aren't your
wins,
swords?
and
Rat
then
wins.
So we'll say
in
it's
the next
yeah.
round.
Yeah,
so
that's fine. But there is, we're
Yeah,
kind of
I
in the
got
middle of a
two
round, so we'll let them go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna use my crossbow. I only have 2 bolts left from before
Oh.
that are coated in silver.
oh, that's right. Okay, so silver bolt.
That's unlucky for
And
him.
sneak attack because he's next to it.
Yeah.
Right, sneak attack.
You also
so,
get your d6.
oh my god. Okay, well,
Okay,
we'll
so
walk me through
math.
this. Okay.
D20
Yeah,
to
yeah.
hit with the crossbow. 14
Yeah.
14 hit.
hit.
Yep, it does.
Okay.
Okay, so D8 plus 2D6.
Oh.
Here,
I don't have mine. Okay. Don't even. Okay.
plus
Yep.
2D6.
And then
Oh,
play your
sorry.
dex.
And then what?
Your
Just,
dex.
just,
Oh,
just
okay.
other.
Here.
That.
14.
All right. So you take the shot, and as he's like gonna take, he takes the bite. You pull it out. He looks at it. He's like, and as the arrow like goes into one of its eyes, like, as it's kicking back and everything. So it pulls off of you as it's like going with the eye. It looks really hurt. Nottingham, your turn.
It looks really hurt, huh? Let's throw a guiding bolt at it.
Yes, you will.
Please.
All right, roll.
No sleep.
It's 20.
Natural
That will be
Yes.
yep. That'll be
Yeah.
8d6.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Guiding bolt is 4d6.
Yep.
I think the word you're looking for is.
Yeah. Yeah. That's okay.
That's a paddling.
That'll do.
That's a paddling.
10. 22. So it'll be 29 damage, and we've got advantage on it until my
right.
turn.
That's
I
a
think
So,
paddling.
here's what happens. So
I think
you
it's
go
just the
to
next
you go to
attack.
cast guiding bolt, and when you do that, that paladin shows up beside you and throws this lance that shoots across. It's like this giant light lance, and when it hits the rat, it like goes in the rat, and it's like, and as it does that, like you see this light emanating from it, and he just explodes because that's massive damage.
Neat.
I wanted to ask him questions.
He is rat chiclets.
Yes. Yes, he is. What did he have on him?
Doesn't matter. He was a rat.
Pink mist.
Just a rat. Just chiclets.
He is now
So there
able to
was
return
no
the chicken
like,
nuggets.
there was nothing
green and
dropped,
black.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you can,
Gotcha.
Go for it.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I mean, there's like remnants of clothing, belt. I mean, there's like you can pick some clothes out of it,
Any
but
symbology on the clothing?
no,
Anything identifiable?
nothing. No.
Um.
All right, so with that,
I
we're
don't
gonna
know my own
pause,
power anymore.
and that'll be our game for tonight. So y'all have found that there is a were-rat problem in the town. Fortunately, y'all have experience dealing with such things.
But we
And-
don't have.
Well, y'all have some things left, and
And
we
I
got
have
to
a silver hammer.
and we got to see that Nottingham Boondiggles is back, and he's got some new toys
paladin?
and
Better than ever.
yeah, something else, and then we'll continue. All right, so we will be off next week. We will continue the week after, and yes, I'll be off next week, and then we will pick it up. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll continue next time. Thank you. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.